All right, here we go. So it is Lost Box. Consta still playing Lugia. Top decked a second Luminion there. Looks like has an Ultra Ball in hand. And, I mean, if Consta plays Carmine, we got Luminion for Carmine here, potentially. I guess, honestly, a question here when I'm looking at this is, does Consta know what he's up against? Or is Consta here, do you see the Iron Hands and be like, well, I guess I'm going to play around Miraidon here. Maybe, but then we see Consta actually lining up this Fluttermane off the rip. So Consta might just know what the matchup is, and might just be pushing Fluttermane off the rip here to slow down the Comfies, which means Consta definitely knows what the matchup is. Yep, goes for the Fluttermane. So Consta definitely knows the matchup here. It's actually weird that Consta kept, well, unless we are going to see the Luminion 4, but I feel like Consta is not playing the second Luminion out of hand here because we have a research in the hand, I believe, but maybe I'm incorrect on that. But then discarding the gift energy, well, maybe the mist energy does have more value. We have the jet because mist does stop Sableye. I don't think Sableye is like super relevant in this matchup. I feel like maybe keeping the gift to put on Luminions makes a little bit more sense, but also I don't even know if we will see go into the Pokestop here. 2 hits, the Nest Ball and the Switch Cart. Fluttermane, of course, is going to shut down Comfies. But Concealed Cards is still an option here, potentially, as we see this Nest Ball get played. And I assume Radiant Greninja is going to be what is going to be found off of here, because Comfy is going to be pretty useless. I doubt there's an Iron Bundle in the Lost Box build, because Fluttermane is just not a card worth kind of teching for right now. I think I saw Triple Grass Energy in there. Oh, no, does play the Iron Bundle. Okay, is prepared for the Fluttermane. Also, not just like a bad card to kind of play in general, but also good against Fluttermane. I think we saw Consta made a little bit of a face there in response to the Iron Bundle. Another Nest Ball coming out here. Gonna go get ourselves the Comfy now. And we could possibly see a donk, or not a donk, but a knockout on this first Lugia here. I think it's pretty unlikely. I think it's pretty unlikely, though. You don't take Bundle for Flutter, it's for Drago. Oh, that's true. It's good against Drago here, so you do just kind of play it to have a chance against Drago. That is fair, that is fair. I forgot about... Excuse me, I forgot about that, that matchup. All right, so taking a second on this one. The hand, honestly, is not that good here as well. The grab, I can't even see what the grab was. There was no course in the hand previously. Attached Iron Hands pass. So not exactly what you're looking for there. I see a research and the Lugia V-Star in hand here from Consta. Goes into the Pokestop. Ultra Ball. That's a good... Great Ball. Dude, what? Great Ball into Chops. Into Ultra Ball into Chops. Is there a Chops? No Chops yet. And no Chops. The Iron Hands is there, though. That could be a solid option to take. We'll see. Could, honestly, solo Chops gaming here doesn't seem terrible. Goes for the Cinccino, just gonna thin it out. I like this, actually. This makes sense. Yeah, I actually don't hate some solo Chop in here. Oh, wait. That's Luminion. Couldn't we have gone Luminion for Jack? Does Consta play Jack? Maybe Consta doesn't play the Jack. I forgot about Jack there. Was Jack prized? Or maybe Consta doesn't play it. It's possible it's not in the list. Jack was not prized. Let's not play it then. Otherwise, that was definitely the play. Here's a 7. Chose not to attach the mist there, which I think I like because you could double turbo jet up. Double turbo retreat or jet from the bench to the active. Get the Fluttermane back in the active to slow him down. Could also just go into solo Chops here, and you could just get a double turbo and something else and swing. Oh, you can also get the Cinccino. I guess, yeah, sure, why not? Get the rat involved. And then here we go into the Chops. Now, you could retreat into Fluttermane, or you could just knock out the active here. Actually, I want to go back through there and see a pass through from Consta. I want to see if we play the Jack or not. All right, here we go. Chops use. I see the Weird Deer. Lining up some energy. I did not see the Jack on the pass through there, so I think there's probably no Jack. Loads up the energy on the Lugia. We could have retreated to Flutter Mane, but doesn't make a ton of sense to do here, I don't think. So Lugia knockout. And not only are you KOing the Flutter Mane here from Consta, you're also removing the Pokestop from play, which is also a pretty big deal because, how do you pronounce the name? Rasmus? Is Rasmus here? We could use the last name, Wagner. Wagner was living off that Comfy and the Pokestop for draw power. The rest of the hand, I believe, is basically dead, but there's a Poffin top deck. Okay. I don't know how many switch cards are in the hand. We'll see. Got some more Comfies. Knockout on the Lugia here with the Iron Hands would be pretty good with that arm press. And in fact, it might be impossible for Concept to respond to that. There's a switch card in hand. Okay. Gonna get moving here. If we do the active. Grass and Boss. Gives up the grass here. Has plenty of energy to work with. Plenty of energy in the deck. Another switch card potentially. Does go for the switch card over just retreating. Grass and trekking shoes. Turbo Lost Box? I mean, I guess to use the Wo-Chien, we got to get to like 0 cards. Super Rod. Not great. Can attach lightning for turn, and then it's just a lightning away from being able to use arm press. This will give Consta another turn of Archeops, though, which is a pretty big deal here. We can also see Consta now go into the Flutter Mane as well. Actually, that's probably what we're going to see here, because not only do you knock out the active Comfy, you can build up 2 damage counters on the Iron Hands, which puts it in range of a 3 energy Chinchino, or the Lugia, actually, to take the knockout if you retreat the double turbo off the Lugia. Then an acceleration from the Archeops will put you in range. And then you shut down the second Comfy that would come up. Would also be pretty good here. So I feel like attacking with Flutter Mane makes the most sense here, but we'll see what Consta decides to go for. Does take Iron Hands off the Ultra Ball here. Iron Hands for 2 doesn't seem bad either. The question, I guess, just is kind of... the question would just be kind of, do you want to shut down the potential of the second Flutter... or, excuse me, the second Comfy, which is Flutter Mane's the only thing that can do that. Flutter Mane effectively... basically effectively KOs both Comfies, I guess is how you could say it. Not actually. It doesn't actually KO both, but it like prevents the potential of the other one. And yeah, with the chops here, looks like Consta is going to go for that Iron Hand setup. Double Turbo and Legacy. So off the research here, which I believe Consta's going to use, also bench the Ursaluna, which could get stuck in the active, but I assume if we're benching it, we're playing the research here. We just need an energy here to attack with the Iron Hands. We can retreat the Double Turbo off the Lugia. We'd ideally like to draw into a Jet energy, so that way we don't lose any energy off the active Lugia. And there's the Jet draw. That's huge. Now we just jab the Iron Hands and take 2. Drew into the Double Turbo as well, so we could attack with the Flutter Mane. But I think if we were going to plan to attack with Flutter Mane, we would have already loaded Flutter Mane up off the Archeops. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, here we go. Just going to draw an extra prize card here from Consta. Take the knockout with the Iron Hands. Going down to 3 prize cards remaining. And it's seeming pretty tough here on Wagner's side. Did finally find a Colress. You could go Ursaluna knockout, though. Ursaluna could get the KO on the active here. That seems actually kind of decent, to be honest. Ursaluna KO active. And then Consta doesn't have actually any way to KO Ursaluna back, so that could start to get you back into this one a little bit maybe here. Gino can't KO Ursaluna with only 1 Archeops in play. So Ursaluna is safe here from... maybe we get enough energy in play for Weird Deer. Or Ursaluna would be pretty safe. Grimrat milled off the Trekking Shoes into another Trekking Shoes. So going back into another Trekking Shoes here. Super Rod found. Thinking about discarding it and digging deeper. Decides to keep the Super Rod. And we will see that Super Rod get played here. Ursaluna Comfy and the Iron Bundle getting recovered. So it looks like Ursaluna might be the go-to here. Buddy Poffin coming out to get a Comfy that was just recovered. Grabs Manaphy as well. Not playing around anything with the Manaphy, just thinning it out of the deck here. Don't want it in the deck anymore. Not a card we're trying to draw into or see any more of. And then, yeah, the question is still, what are we attacking? I feel like if we don't attack this turn, we just probably are losing. Well, I guess in this situation, Consta doesn't have an answer to the Iron Hands either. Like, if you punch with Iron Hands here, we are retreating into the other Comfy here, though, from Wagner. Gate and Super Rod immediately lost owns the gate. Is it just going to be a pass? I mean, there's a boss in hand. You could boss the Ursaluna, try and trap it. It would maybe get stuck. Or, well, it won't get stuck, but you would force 3 energy from Consta to move it. And then maybe you could just boss it again? If it does get hard retreated? Yeah, the boss might be actually kind of annoying here to deal with. It's the only real play you have here as well. Yeah, there's the boss in the Ursaluna. Wait, maybe not. They already chorused? Oh, true. Yeah, Wagner already used chorus. Just pass going down to 1 prize. All right, now I would concede. I would concede here, yeah. Yeah, we can't boss. We already chorused. Yeah, I would concede. We should go to game 2 here from Wagner. Definitely back it up. Why is Consta shuffling? Is it not etiquette to just cut? No. You can cut, shuffle, or tap. And it's not etiquette to do one over the other. Chino is getting loaded up here now. Yeah, Wagner just needs to concede. Wagner needs to just concede and pack it up. Unless Consta is actually out of energy and can't move Ursaluna efficiently anymore. Let's have a double turbo in hand, though. He's making his way to the Cinchino. It is 3 double. Well, there has to be a jet left. Consta has to have at least 1 jet left, so it should be fine here, probably. Yeah, I feel like Wagner should just concede. I also don't think Wagner plays Sableye, so you can't really like snipe around the Ursaluna being trapped in the active for forever. I mean, energy is Consta discarded. A decent amount. There's a decent amount of energy in the discard pile and in play. Maybe 3 or 4, 2 to 4 in the discard pile. But definitely has, I think, 2 jet left. So going down to 1 prize card here from Consta. Consta just kind of eventually wins. Oh, there's a jet literally in hand. All right, Iron Hands is loaded up here from Wagner, and then I think we're going to have the boss on the Cinchino here to remove the only threat that could KO. Well, I don't know how I feel about that play. I guess, does that even make sense, though? What energy are you trying to prevent Consta from finding? All right, if you KO the Archeops, maybe you're hoping Consta whiffs the energy from the Cinchino, but if you KO the Cinchino, Consta literally cannot Cinchino you because there's no Cinchino. I feel like KOing the Archeops when the board is this set up from Consta doesn't make any sense over KOing the Cinchino. And then, yeah, there's the boss and the game is over. Yeah, I feel like KOing the Cinchino is always the better play there. You always lose. The game is always over. But, yeah, I don't know. It feels weird to go after the Archeops instead of the Cinchino there. Because you lose to any energy. If Consta has any energy for the rat, you lose. Even a double turbo there would still win Consta the game. All right, going into game 2 now. Wagner knows about the Fluttermane, so should choose first. I was going to say, it seems like Consta always knew about it being Lost Box, because literally went turn 1, find Fluttermane. Does know about the Iron Bundle, though, now. Consta does know about the Iron Bundle for sure. I don't know how much that'll change Consta's play, but maybe a little bit. You appreciate the 7 months there, Vigo. Yeah, we should be seeing Wagner go first, and then knows about the Flutter Mane, something to play around towards. I guess on both players' side, Iron Bundle plus the Flutter Mane. But yeah, definitely, I would say definitely a good matchup. I would say for sure for Wagner, definitely a good matchup. Yeah, Kansa might open the Flutter Mane. That is possible. Unlikely. A lot of Ultra Balls, and honestly, that hand was pretty good there for Kansa. Definitely could have got 2 Archeops in the discard pile out of that one. No problem. All right, here we go. No Flutter Mane in the previous hand. Will Kansa get the Flutter Mane in this hand? Shut down the Comfies. Oof. Not Flutter Mane, but also maybe one of the worst starters you could open here. Prize cards. Ram is probably the biggest prize card on both sides, but of course you could maybe the Mirage Gate actually. Of course you could find Heavy Ball. And has already found Heavy Ball here, so not even going to be a huge factor. And the hand looks pretty good there for Wagner as well. Has Chorus, has Pokestop. There's the Cram. Who else has the hand? Ooh, also a Buddy Poffin in hand as well, I believe. Yeah. Go thin 2 Comfies out of the deck as well before we even get started here with the flower selecting. Yeah, really strong. Oof. And the Mirage Gate got moved to the bottom 2 prize cards as well. Off the Heavy Ball reshuffle. That's a big deal. The Gate's a pretty powerful, pretty big card. Actually, I haven't seen... I assume Wagner plays the Pikachu. But I haven't seen the Pikachu. Might be in the hand there, actually. I've maybe seen it now. By Poffin, gonna go in the hole into the Super On. Attach Retreat. Has a Pokestop in hand, but hasn't put it in play. I think we should have Pokestopped first here, to be honest. Metal Pokestop gives up the Pokestop. Am I trolling? No, there is a Pokestop in hand. Yeah, I think we should have just done that first. Rips the Pokestop, but waiting wasn't bad. Double switch cards found. Did mill a Colress as well, but we have a Colress in hand. 3rd Comfy on the way now. Palpad or switch card. Ooh, I think I'm leaning towards that Palpad there. Oof, I don't know. I kind of like the Palpad take there, especially going to the next turn. All right, pass over to Consta. Top decks of Minccino. We have Ultra Ball in hand. We also have that Pokestop to work with and play. Goes for the Ultra Ball. I think the hand is dead here for Consta, though, so it has to be 2nd Luminion coming into play here to actually play the game, which is not what you want to be doing. We'll see. Lum for Iono Prey. You probably don't want to grab Iono here. You want to try and save them for later in the game. So you probably go for a research, I would assume. No, goes for the Flutter Mane here. So the hand must not be dead. There must be something live in the hand besides energy. Of course, energy can only be attached for turn, but I know there's some energy in hand for sure. All right, Flutter acquired. Jet. There is a research. Okay. Goes into the Pokestop. Great Ball. Lugia V-Star. Dude, Kansa is not... Ooh, do we prize set the 3rd Lugia V-Star? Hold up. Go back to the prize cards. I don't think so. And no, it was not prized. But you can't do that. Dude, I don't know what Kansa was thinking there. Plays the Great Ball, fails it. Keeps the Cinccino in the deck. Consta was like, dude, this great ball sucked, bro. I need another Pokemon here. Goes for the Aroma. Tunnel vision on trying to find an out for the Archeops. All right, jet up the Fluttermane here. And then research. Lugia V was found. That was definitely something we needed to find. Couple Lugia Vs. I don't know if you're benching more than one here. Are you really that scared of your solo Lugia V dying that you would bench the second Lugia V? The answer is yes. Yes. And there's the pass. All right. If Wagner can find the Iron Bundle potentially. Oof, the rescue board or escape board being discarded immediately. There's a Nest Ball for the Iron Bundle. But also does have Colress in hand. So chilling here. Kept the card off the Trekking Shoes. Looks like it is a switch. And now we're going into the Colress. I feel like Colress maybe should have been played before Trekking Shoes. I'm not sure. Good options there. Gives up the Trekking Shoes and the Wo Chien. Keeps Prime and a couple other cards there. I can't tell what the other cards are. We built up 5 in our Lost Zone currently. We have Prime Catcher to move the Fluttermane out of the active, so we can save Nest Ball to find an attacking option. So we could get Iron Hands for 3 here, maybe, from Wagner. There we go. Lugia V is brought up. And we go into the Comfy. Nest Ball and Switch Cart. It's a huge hand there from Wagner. Wagner might have like every single option available. We got double Nest Ball in hand now. Finally, a Nest Ball hitting to the Lost Zone. Radiant Greninja, we still haven't seen this game. Definitely plays Radiant Greninja, but why is he snapping his wrist like that for every gust? Because it like builds up your gust meter. I think the same thing as like when you retreat. If you retreat in a certain way, you get like +1 retreat, so you can retreat again. So if you snap your wrist 10 times over throughout the tournament and you build up your gust meter, so you get to like I think in Europe the gust meter is 5. So if you snap your wrist 5 times while you're gusting, then you get 1 free gust to just like use whenever you want, and then your gust meter resets after that. All right, we do have the concealed cards here. Getting rid of the grass energy. We have our hand set up as well. If we don't get to the 3 prize turn, it looks like we're still going further here. Often pretty easy Lost Zone there, and a Trekking Shoes to work with. Another Poffin bites the dust. 1 to the Lost Zone, 1 to the discard pile. If we got double gate here, we got a 3 prize turn here. Let's see. There's at least 1 gate in hand. Can the free gust be brought forward to day 2? No, all your meters reset into each phase of the tournament. So day 1 resets into day 2. Day 2 resets into top 8. I'm not sure how many. There might only be 1 gate in hand. If there is only 1 gate. We have the energy. I got a little nervous there. If there's only 1 gate in the hand, I think there is because there's 1 prize, 2 in deck. So we can only do the arm press here. But still 2 prizes is still pretty good here to start things off here from Wagner. So the arm press is still solid. It's no amp you very much, though. Amp definitely would have been probably preferred there. NA gust meter is different, depends on which coast you're on too. Yeah, the effective house rules are different East Coast and West Coast. Just kind of depends. All right, into the Aroma from Consta. Immediately heads off the Aroma. Another Aroma. No Pokestop hit immediately from Consta like we saw. Double heads off the Aromas. Okay. Double chops going to the discard pile. So Consta has like 2 decent attacking options here to get through this Iron Hands. The Weirdeer and the Ursaluna. The Weirdeer does just get return KO'd by Ursaluna. So I feel like the Ursaluna needs to be the play here from Consta, because you have to slow down the prize trade from Wagner, ideally. So I feel like that's got to be the play here from Consta, is to attack with Ursaluna, ideally. Yeah, there's the research, going to get rid of 2 Archeops and the Minccino, as well as a boss. Onto a couple energy and an Ultra Ball, and the Ursaluna itself. So there's the Ursaluna ready to go. Weirdeer is also prized. That is true. So for Consta here, the answer has to be Ursaluna. And did draw into it, so it is available. Double chops this time for Consta. 1 chops was enough in the last game though. So and Ursaluna is making an appearance here, so it looks like that is going to be the attacker here from Consta. Is going to need to get 3 energy on that thing, and can't use double turbo here. If you use double turbo, you're going to come up a little bit short on the KO. And then the question from there is, what is the response going to be like here from Wagner? It'll be interesting. How is Wagner going to close this one out? I see like a couple different potential lines here from Wagner. We could see some Gust. I don't actually know. How are you going to play this out from here? I believe Wagner also... Does Wagner even play... Does Wagner even play Sableye? I don't think so, right? I think it's just Grass, Metal, Lightning from what I've seen. In Cram. We have Cram. Oh, Pikachu, right? We use Pikachu here. What am I thinking? Just Pikachu this thing. I was like, how do we respond to this? We literally have... Yeah, Pikachu just goes crazy here. Yeah. All right, there's a knock on the hands. And I feel like Wagner should be able to put together the Pikachu attack here. No problem. We'll see, though. I feel like it should be pretty easy. And I see the Pikachu in hand. Super Rod in hand. I don't think we have a Mirage Gate yet, but there's 2 Mirage Gate in the deck. We got Pokestop to work with. Comfeys. Should be able to get there no problem, I feel like, here from... Oh, immediately into the Super Rod here from Wagner. So we must have the Gate in hand. But I still feel like we should have started with Pokestop and Comfeys, because now there's an extra energy in our deck that we have to play around. So I think it's definitely a mistake here from Wagner. Should have hit the Pokestop first, then go into the Comfeys, and then go from there. Definitely a mistake from Wagner here, I feel like. Because now we're going to end up with 1 extra energy in our deck that we don't want to run into. Oh my gosh, there's like nothing left in the deck, actually. I feel like we should have just hit the Pokestop and then use Comfey there, for sure. Oh, he did get the gate off the prize cards. Okay. Are we not going to use... Okay, so not even going to hit the Pokestop. I guess just trying to keep all... I guess, like, everything that's in the deck is pretty good. Like, if you get Iono, drawing into, like, Culver's Super Rods and Gates is kind of what you want. So, I guess I don't hate that. All right, Consta here. How is this prize trade going to play out from here? It looks like Consta's going to send this Luminian back to the deck and then probably push Fluttermane. I assume Consta's going to want to combo that with an Iono as well. There's a Heads on an Aroma. I don't know if there's an Iono in hand. I see 2 Ionos in the deck here for Consta. A Luminian as well. There's an Ultra Ball, so we could get access to Luminian that way, I guess. And that's probably going to be the play here from Consta. I feel like we got an Iono here, right? Iono Punch Peak seems decent. And then where do we go from there? Luminian into Wellspring? No. I don't think Consta plays Wellspring. So that's not going to be an option here. Luminian into... I guess Luminian into Fluttermane knockout seems fine. Luminian Punch into Fluttermane KO. That seems okay. I don't hate that. Double Jet onto the active. He's going to shuffle these. I wonder if we should have taken, like, double gift, because drawing into a Jet almost seems better, to be honest. So you can then, like, maneuver more aggressively. So I feel like we should have gotten double gift and put double gift on the active, because when we Iono here, drawing into Jet is better than drawing into gift, I feel like, from Consta. So actually, I think that was a mistake there. We also do have the Legacy energy left as well to maybe disrupt things. We did draw into a Mezagoza, which I think we probably don't want to leave Pokestop in play. Pokestop's pretty powerful here. I feel like the Mezagoza should be played. Going into the second Archeops here, I'm not sure where we're going to load up energy. Maybe we put some stuff on the Fluttermane right now. Just a gift, it looks like, to the Fluttermane, just in case he gets KO next turn. Because we could see, like, Wagner go, like, Cram knockout or something. But yeah, I feel like we should play Mezagoza. Oh, no, Cram can't KO Fluttermane because the ability shuts off. I guess Pikachu could KO it. Yeah, I mean, you don't really want to give your opponent Mezagoza, but I think the what's it called, definitely more powerful here. It looks like a tail on the Mezagoza, and then Luminian the attack, then shuffle back to the deck. And over to Wagner, whose deck was pretty full of good cards, and we do see there has Colress and Super Rod in the deck. Immediately goes into the Mezagoza to shuffle the deck before we go into the Colress, and can search out the Iron Bundle now off the Mezagoza, and does search that out here. So Iron Bundle, gonna force up an Archeops here. Kansa's definitely not gonna send up the Lugia or the Luminian, I don't think. I guess you could, but it sounds pretty bad to do that. And then we'll see if Wagner can actually get a knockout this turn or not. The hand is set up pretty well to potentially get a KO. Yeah, there we go. Goes with the Iron Bundle. But I feel like we maybe, now I'm looking at this, we maybe should have Colress before using Mezagoza. There we go into the Colress. I do see a Mirage Gate there. Ooh, pretty easy Lost Zones as well. Get rid of Heavy Ball and Comfy. And we get a Pokestop to work with as well, with the other Colress in the hand. So the Pokestop is just like basically hitting all items at this point. Ooh, I do not like this super. Why are we not just hitting the Pokestop? I don't like the way that Wagner is sequencing some of this, to be honest. Thinking about getting the Iron Bundle back. I don't hate that, but I feel like we should just like hit Pokestop before doing any of this. I don't like this sequencing here at all from Wagner. Same thing with last turn as well. I still feel like Wagner should have done more on the last turn, probably. Ripping Stop can discard Boss. Only scenario debatable. Oh, I don't know. Do you care that much about your Boss? It doesn't end up ripping the Stop. It's just going to put it in play and leave it in play. So we don't put up any extra resources into the hand potentially through the Pokestop this turn. I feel like just ripping Stop makes too much sense, though. We're just trying to go back-to-back Pikachu knockouts, right? Yeah, I feel like you're just trying to attack with back-to-back Pikachu swings here from Wagner. Luminian gets pushed up from Consta. So I guess we're just going to shuffle Luminian back to the deck here from Consta. The win condition is still the same from Wagner. Just reset a Pikachu, swing with Pikachu, right? He needs Boss Ursa to win. Boss Ursa is a win. Boss Ursa is a win condition, but so is just punching with Peak, right? Punching with Peak is also a win condition. Like, and you could lose the boss win condition from using Pokestop, but you might also not, right? I don't know. I feel like I'm just a fan of just you ripping the Pokestop on that last turn from Wagner. Also, it's unlikely that Consta has access to a Luminian anyways. I don't know. Boss Cram wins the game? No, you can't cram the Fluttermane because the Fluttermane shuts off Cram's ability. I thought about that myself, but I did catch myself before I said it. Wait, did I say it? I don't think I said it. How many rods does he have left? 1 or 2. It might be 2 rods left. I feel like we could have just gone for the Pokestop there from Wagner over the last couple turns, just be hitting Pokestop, but... Ooh, we got the Mezagoza now here as well from Consta. I would definitely bump this Pokestop and give Wagner access to the 50-50. I'm definitely playing Mezagoza here. The Ursaluna isn't out, though. The Ursaluna isn't out. Ursaluna plus Boss is a win condition here. Or... No, I guess Ursaluna plus Fluttermane isn't that good because then Consta just pushes up Lugia, right? Yeah, we're definitely going Luminian knockout, send up Fluttermane for sure here from Consta. And then we have Iron Hands on the next turn to win the game on a 1-prize Pokemon if the 2 prizes are not left in the active. So from Wagner here, we have Super Rod and Gate in hand. Oh, wait, we go immediately into the Mezagoza. Can't use it to recover Pikachu now. Interesting. So we're just going to go for the Iron Bundle here. Then it has to be. Okay. It's the Iron... Yeah, there's so many. We have Nest Ball. We have Super Rod. We have Gate. I feel like... Was Boss even in there? I feel like Wagner should have been hitting the Pokestop over these last couple turns. Is Boss in the hand? Was there? There might not be a Boss in there, to be honest. Here goes Chorus. I see Gate, Nest Ball, Switch Cart. I feel like that has to lead to game. Oh, and Super Rod. Hold up, hold up. There's a Grass Energy in the deck. We got to be so close to just having game here, though, as Wagner. There's the Iron Bundle. We get access to our Comfies now. I think Wagner has game guaranteed here. I think we have it guaranteed. Because we should find the Grass Energy, and then we can go Super Rod, put back. Yeah, Consta should also send up Lugia here to play around Ursaluna. If you send up anything else, then Ursaluna becomes... Oh, no, Ursaluna's in the Lost Zone now. I'm tripping. So I guess, yeah, sending up Iron Hands is fine then. Ursaluna's in the Lost Zone, so you lose to, what's it called anyways? Oh, yeah, I think Wagner has game here. You have 4 cards left in deck, and you're guaranteed to find the grass. You have 2 switches in hand. Wait, I'm so confused. I think Wagner didn't realize it was still his turn. Wagner definitely did not realize it was his turn. Wagner's like waiting for Consta to continue to play the game. I'm almost positive. Wagner's all right. You're promoting your Pokemon. Are you gonna play? There's Switch, second Comfy. And they should guarantee the grass here. I think it's 2 left, right? Oh, no, there's not. There's 3. Oh, but there's the grass. Okay, and that's game. We have everything else we need in hand. I'm not sure what that last card was. It might have still been guaranteed, depending on what that last card was. But there is no boss, though. Where did the boss go? Yeah, I don't think there... I'm wondering what the last card in the deck is, to be honest. There we go. Pikachu knockout. Go into game 3 here. We got 12 minutes left, which should be enough time to potentially close out the game. It might not be, though, to be honest. It is potentially enough time, I guess I should say. That was pretty funny there from Wagner. Wagner literally just like... Wagner just thought it wasn't his turn anymore. Yeah, I don't know what that last card in the deck was. I don't think it was boss, though. If it wasn't boss, Wagner definitely should have been hitting the Pokestop more aggressively, I feel like, on those previous turns. The last card might have been a Mirage Gate, actually. Then it was like guaranteed for sure to be able to close out the game. You either hit the Mirage Gate or you hit the grass. Oh, no, wait. That wasn't... No, because, yeah, you'd hit the Mirage Gate, the grass would be in the deck then. You would be guaranteed. So I need to go take like an allergy pill or something. I don't know. I'm sneezing in the mornings. All right, game 3, 11 minutes. We'll see if this actually concludes. I feel like it's going to be a tie. I don't see a whole ton of urgency out of like either player here, it feels like. I mean, they are shuffling up. You have to sufficiently randomize your deck. We'll see. Wait, when it says message retracted in YouTube chat, does that mean the person who sent the message deleted the message? It has to be what that means, right? Who else would retract the message? Oh! 3 gates and the Iron Hands? Bro, you could unprize the Iron Hands. You're never setting that thing up. Iron Bundle start is okay. The Iron Bundle start is okay. It does play around the potential of a Flutter Mane. 10 minutes. see what Consta grabs here. A chops off the thing. I'm new to watching tournaments. What is the point in such little time? Who wants a tie? Well, you can't have infinite. You can't have too much time for the rounds. Like the tournament has to complete. You can't take forever for the tournament to end. Nobody wants a tie. We got an Ultra Ball here as well from Consta. But I guess with the Iron Bundle start, do you ever not? And nobody wants to tie, but you can't have infinite time for the rounds. Otherwise, the rounds would take forever. Would you rather tie or go home at 11 p.m.? Yeah, exactly. When Wagner prize checks, he definitely wants to tie. Yeah. Well, if Wagner, this is a situation where I wouldn't prize check too heavily. I would just play fast. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know what the correct grab here is from Consta. Because if you grab Fluttermane, like, there's just an Iron Bundle in the active to respond to it. So I kind of like the second Lugia. I like the second Lugia V grab here from Consta, to be honest. Shouldn't they just divide the overall round time into smaller chunks like it is on live? Nah. Because then you have to get chess clocks involved, and they're super tedious in a trading card game. We would definitely at least check gates, right? Bare minimum. No, I wouldn't check anything here if I'm playing Lost Box. You have 7 minutes left. I would just go. I wouldn't check anything. Yeah, I would check literally. I think I would check nothing besides maybe my attacker that I'm trying to attack with. That's it. I would just kind of assume that I can hopefully get to a combination of cards that leads to me attacking with it. But you just have to go fast. You don't have time to check anything. I would just grab Radiant Greninja, use concealed cards, and you just gotta cook. You don't have time to check. You gotta cook. It's a favorable matchup. You want to win? Go, go, go. Apparently, we do have time to check. I mean, yeah, I mean, players will approach it differently. I think I would go with Greninja there as well over the Comfy. We have extra energy in hand to start to burn through. And we just want to see cards. It lets us see 2 cards compared to 1 to try and increase our odds of setting up here. So I would have gone with Radiant Greninja there for sure from Wagner. I don't like the Comfy grab. Definitely would have gone with Greninja. We also have like another thing to like keep in mind is well, we have like less outs to Greninja than Comfies. Like if we find Poffins, like that Poffin, we can't Poffin for Greninja, but we could Poffin for Comfies. Into the Colress, some switch cards, Palpad. I mean, you probably just give up Trek and Choose Palpad here. Keeping the Trek and Choose, trying to be aggressive. I don't hate that though. I actually don't hate that. I guess we do want to find more basic. Actually, no. I guess the Trek and Choose makes more sense because we're trying to find more basics. We don't have a ton of basics in hand to work with, and we still want to find more basics. It's not looking. If we get a Pokestop here, maybe. Ooh, but then we attach for turn. I was thinking turn 1 Pikachu attack. Now the turn 1 Pikachu attack is almost impossible. Does find the Pokestop. I feel like we definitely should have not attached for turn there. We should have retreated just to keep the Pikachu option open. It's going to pass, though. Okay, I don't hate that. You could have got Radiant Greninja and cycled it, but instead just going to hold on to all the resources. Holds the Pokestop as well, which I guess is okay. It would have kind of just got bumped probably for sure. In Giga Punish, would have loved to get Buddy and Kolsch in hand. Also, yeah, true. Yeah, I think going Greninja there is definitely the better play for sure. Like, you just want... That's actually like a perfect representation of just like, you just want cards in your hands to help you set up. 2 cards is more than 1, increasing your odds of setting up by 2 cards compared to 1, right? Archeops found, but not a way to discard it here from Consta. 5 minutes left. I don't even know if we have a Lugia V-Star from Consta, actually. It might just be a Read the Wind angle. Here, let's see. What's in the hand? You could Mezagoza to get yourself a Lugia V-Star. It is tails, so it looks like it has to be a Read the Wind angle here then from Consta. Yeah, you don't really have a choice now. We're reading the wind. Have we attached return already? I guess we could jet up Minccino and pass. Then we don't get the chops in the discard pile unless you want to use Lumineon next turn to get a research. All right, read the wind. Okay, perfect time for Wagner to use Iron Hands, but Iron Hands is prized and so is 3 Mirage Gates. So perfect time to use Pikachu instead. Unless you're trying to use Arm Press. Arm Press could be a play here. Tails off the Pokestop and Tails off the Mezzo goes immediately into the Pokestop. Just got to go fast. I like this sense of urgency that Wagner is playing with now. It feels like on that first search, even initially shuffling up to set up, there wasn't like a huge sense of urgency from Wagner. But now Wagner's definitely playing with some urgency. Got 6 in our lost zone. We're about to get 7 here with this Comfy. We have Pikachu. We have energy. There we go. Oh, gives it the Greninja for the Trekking Shoes. Really? Okay. I mean, you don't have to take too much time there to be like, all right, I'm going to take the Greninja over the Trekking Shoes. But goes with the Trekking Shoes. Into the gate. I'm sure we have 2. Yep. We have... do we have a Metal in hand? We do have a Metal in hand. Okay. There's a switch. And we got the first knockout here for Wagner. 2 prize cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the Trekking Shoes grab over the Greninja, I guess. You don't have a ton of energy left in the deck, but I feel like the Greninja is still a little bit better. Maybe not, though. I could see it. No gates found off the prize cards, though. That's tough. And if Wagner has checked the prize cards up to this point... I mean, honestly, I don't think there's a win condition for Wagner at this point. If we had gotten a single gate off the prize cards and could have chained gates from there, we have a real win condition. But without getting a gate off the prize card there from Wagner, I think there's no win condition for Wagner. But honestly, for the situation we're in, maybe that's not that bad because I don't think Consta can actually win with the time remaining anyways. So maybe Wagner kind of lucks out here. Got some bad prize cards to work with, but maybe that's fine because you can't lose anyways. I don't think Consta can draw 6 prize cards in 2 minutes. Well, I say that, but Iron Hands is an option. It's maybe possible. Maybe it's possible actually. Also, you could punch the Pikachu really hard with Cinccino and then clean it up with Fluttermane later as well. Yeah. We'll see what attack Consta goes for here. Honestly, Iono plus Punch Pikachu seems decent, but is going to go... Because you want to bump the Pokestop. But it looks like it's setting up for a Cinccino Punch, which does set... I guess both plays would set up for a Fluttermane cleanup, to be honest. Punch with Cinccino or Lugia. Looks like Consta is going to go the Cinccino route. Minute 40 left. We're not getting... We do have Iron Hands in hand here for Consta. Consta could theoretically have gone just boss KO of Comfy for 2 prize cards. Fluttermane being searched out now from Consta. We go ahead and bench it as well. There's the Jet on the Cinccino. I assume we're going to see the Iono here. We are leaving Pokestop in play. But we know that 3 Mirage Gates are prized. So there's no big attack coming from Wagner next turn. And this attack from Consta isn't even that big. You know, just going to pop the ability on the Pikachu effectively this turn from Consta. Wagner could knock out the active, I guess, with Cramorant. That's what we could see from Wagner here. Just Cram, knock out the Cinccino. That's a play for sure. And there's the Iono. Now Consta's playing way too slow. Guys, what game are you guys watching? Consta is not playing that slow. Consta is just like playing the game. Consta's like just taking actions. Does Wagner play Silene? I don't think so. And then there's the Cinccino Punch. Dude, it's like we immediately get into a situation where like time is a factor for the outcome of the game, and chat immediately, without fail, is like, oh, one of the players is slow playing, which is just like not true. Wagner is playing faster than he has in the last 2 games, and is definitely playing faster, is definitely playing with a sense of urgency due to how much time is left. Like, Wagner is playing fast. Consta is basically playing the exact same pace of play that he's been playing at. Like, Consta doesn't need to play faster. Like, Consta can play at a reasonable pace of play if he wants to. It's like perfectly fine. You don't have to play faster just because time is running out. You can if you want. It's fine. Consta is the one that is favored in the situation with 3 prize gate. Yeah, but Consta doesn't know that, right? Like, yeah, Consta doesn't need to play faster. Consta is like playing at a reasonable pace of play for sure. Does it maintain pace of play also include not playing too fast? Yes, but it's pretty like, to play too fast in the Pokemon TCG, you got to be playing like pretty fast. If Wagner crams, he takes gate. Yeah, but a cram doesn't do enough here anymore. Wagner only has two turns left, so if you don't get 2 prize cards this turn, there's no win condition. Yeah, now for both players. Well, hold on. No, both players only have 1 turn remaining, so no win condition for either player. Consta can draw 3 prize cards this turn by using Flutter Mane to KO Comfey and the Pikachu. Wagner can draw a maximum of 2 prize cards next turn. Not even. Wagner can draw a maximum of 1 prize card next turn, and then Consta can draw a maximum of 2 prize cards next turn with Iron Hands, which is not enough to close out the game. But if they had more time here, I think Consta had the advantage here because of, for the most part, because of how many gates were prized. There's the 3 prize turn from Consta, but no way to draw 3 prize cards on the next turn, which is the big deal here. He's not moving as fast as some other players would. He plays fast. Yeah, he's not like slow playing. That's like the biggest thing here. Is like Consta is just like playing the game. Consta is just playing a game of Pokemon. Now, if he wanted to give himself a better chance of winning this game, he should probably be playing faster. Like, I'm not saying he shouldn't do that if his goal is to win the match. But if he's just like, I'm just playing. Also, he just might not be aware of time, which is possible. I don't see that he's wearing a watch. He maybe didn't ask the judges how much time is left. He might just not be aware of how much time is left, which is possible. He's just playing. And a lot of players play that way. Cycle on the pond. Draw goes in the hand with an energy. We also have a Nest Ball and an Ultra Ball in hand here as well. And an Iron Bundle. So Elmer could even like retreat to Iron Bundle and like Nest Ball for Cleffa or something. Or retreat to Cleffa and leave Iron Bundle on the bench, actually. Prediction? Oh, I got it. All right, there's the Cleffa search. And we could just go Drago attach, bench. It looks like the Ultra Ball's coming in on the research, so we must be going for Squawkabilly at this point then. If you give up Iron Bundle, though, you could be Iron Bundled. I don't like the Iron Bundle give up here. Oh, we're going for Radzard, though. Okay. I actually don't hate this. We just wanted like another 1 prizer. I don't hate the Radzard grab. So I guess we're going to attach Grass to Radzard maybe then instead. No, you maybe still attach to Drago here. So retreat to Cleffa. Drago attach. No, it is the Radzard attach. Okay. Still going to bench Drago, of course. And then, yeah, retreat to Cleffa and then the pass. We'll see what Ross puts together here. Ooh, actually a cute play you can do against Cleffa, to be honest. Ultra Ball away, double Dark Energy. Does already have the Sada in the hand. I feel like maybe Trekking Shoes first here, though, to try and find a basic before we thin basics out of the deck would maybe be a little bit better. I feel like we still want a decent amount of basic Pokemon here. And ideally, we would want to go catch or KO Drago V off the bench. That'd be ideal. Would KO Drago if you have the bench. But you could also go... Oh, that play doesn't work the way I thought it did. Never mind. Also, I guess I don't even know if Ross plays the Baby Petron. It looks like does play the Koraidon. No, there is Baby Petron in there. So plays Koraidon, Baby Moon, and Baby Petch. I feel like Check and Choose first there from Ross made a little bit more sense. So you can try and find a Pokemon. I feel like this Ultra Ball... I don't know. What does this Ultra Ball even want to grab? Do you just grab another... I mean... Maybe Baby Moon. I guess you could go for Koraidon. Koraidon could KO the active here if you whiff the catcher heads. Catcher knockout. Did you discard Research or no? No, Research didn't end up getting discarded here from Elmer. So the one card in hand here from Elmer is Research. All right, just goes for second Moon, and here comes the Sada for 3. Definitely want quite a bit more here. Okay, Ultra Ball was found. We still have the Trek and Choose and a Pokestop. Going to the Trek and Choose next. I have no idea what that was. Boss discards it. It's another draw here. The Dark Patch. And we can use it. We do have Ultra Ball here. Get rid of a Dark Energy. Dark Patch to the bench Moon. There we go. I have to imagine this becomes a Squawkabilly here for sure. Yeah, I can't imagine this gets anything besides Squawkabilly. There's a Squawkabilly getting lined up. Still not in that ridiculously good of a spot to get this first 2-prize knockout, though. Still need to find a Gust Effect. And I believe the Prime Catcher is prize, so it has to be a catcher, it has to be a heads. And we don't have a 1-prizer set up at all right now for Ross as well. The Baby Moon is prized. Ross might play Heavy Ball. I think most people usually don't play the Heavy Ball, so it'd have to be the Pecharunt for the knockout with a Dark Patch, potentially. I mean, you could just knock out the Cleffa with a Moon and be content with that for your turn, but then you're leaving that first 2-prizer in the active, which is something you're trying to avoid ideally. Ability for 6. Oof. Concealed cards has to be huge here if we want like the best turn possible. It'd have to be like Latias plus catcher. Nest Ball Energy. I mean, we can attack this turn. We could knock out the Cleffa, but we'd be leaving a 2-prizer in our active. We could just get Latias and retreat to Greninja as well here from Ross. Curious to see what Ross does from here. Those are like the 2 plays that stand out to me as being the way to go. We'll just take the knockout. Bump the Pokestop. I mean, Pokestop's pretty good for Drago as well, so bumping it would be nice. Latias found off the Nest Ball. Yeah, those seem like the 2 options here. Retreat and attack, or just retreat to Greninja and pass. Leave the 1-prizer in the active. This will be a situation where Elmer would maybe... Oh, we haven't used Pokestop yet? Oh, hold up. We're not done. All right, we didn't really find anything, though. Just a Dark Patch. Yeah, I thought that was it. I thought we were done with our sequence there. Not quite, though. Play. I feel like it's got to be run to... It's going to be run to Greninja here. Okay, the Moon is fully loaded. We're going to go for the Moon attack? It is going to be the Moon attack. Okay. There we go. Now Elmer can get that first 2-prize knockout. We'll see what Elmer shoves up here. It is going to be the Ogerpon. Also left the Pokestop in play, which could also be a big deal here for Elmer. There's a research to get things going. Gets rid of the fire energy. Makes sense. We want to leave open the option to potentially attack with Ogerpon. If we get 2 Ogerpons in play and find ourselves an E-Switch with some grass, we could just attack with Ogerpon this turn. Leaving the stop for Drago. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about leaving the stop here, to be honest. Ooh, the draw there is pretty iffy. But we do have that Pokestop to work with. We have a bunch of grass. We've got the E-Switch in hand as well. Here's the Pokestop hit. E-Switch, Mew, Drago. That's not great. And I don't think it's going to be enough for an attack here. Oh, boy. Oh, wait, we can E-Switch from the bench to the active. Hold up. That works. Still not ridiculously good, though. A lot of E-Switches in the hand here for Elmer. Jamming Tower, I like that. Get rid of the Pokestop. Take that away from Ross. All right, we do just barely. It does work here. This does work. E-Switch off the bench to the active. Pokestop saving. No, the Pokestop didn't actually matter here. We had plenty of stuff to work with. Super Rod coming out. Double Energy Mew. I honestly kind of like Double Energy Mew. Goes for fire. The bundle just seems really bad. There has to be like 2 prizes moving. Yeah, the bundle just seems really bad here from Elmer. I don't like the bundle. I think the energy is more important. I don't know how we think we're going to get a ton of value out of bundle moving forward here. I don't think we're going to. Yeah, definitely question the leaving the Pokestop in play there from Ross, though, for sure. Definitely questionable. All right, first 2 prize knockout going to Elmer, but it's not too bad. It's like, for the board state here from Elmer is not very good. That's what I mean to say. We don't have that much set up. No Pheasantipity found. No Mew. No draw power in general. No energy in play after this Ogerpon gets KO'd almost for sure here. And we see Ross already has the KO set up along with a Judge. Ross can go with Judge for turn here. Dark Patch attached Judge. Is maybe thinking about going for the Sada instead. But I feel like Dark Patch attached Judges is so much better here. There's a 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, it is only a 5-card hand here, I guess, from Elmer. Okay. Maybe not. It's a 5-card hand from Elmer, and Elmer didn't really do that much out of the hand last turn. I don't hate the... Oh, okay. I thought we just played Sada there. I wouldn't have hated the Sada, though. Yeah, Elmer had a 5-card hand. Didn't play any Ultra Balls or Nest Balls that we definitely would have liked to have seen from Elmer, so I wouldn't have hated the Sada there. And I thought Ross did go with the Sada. But the energy attachment came from the Dark Patch. I think it was only a 5-card hand. Maybe it was more than 5. Might have been more than 5. If it was like 6, then maybe this doesn't make a little bit more sense. Is Ross running a one of Kyurem? No, probably not. I don't think so. And you maybe saw the Koraidon, if that's what you mean, by what got discarded. Our hand there from Ross is a Night Stretcher and a Pokemon Catcher. I think Ross is probably looking for Pheasantipity here just to see more cards. We could find it off the Ultra Ball. The Ultra Ball is pretty expensive, though, in the current hand. There's the Nest Ball. That's what we're looking for, trying to hold on to some of these more impactful cards. I mean, as Ross here, you're also hoping that Elmer whiffs an attack next turn. You're really hoping for the whiff here from Elmer on the following turn. It definitely feels like you need 2 turns out of this Roaring Moon to be able to close this one out. But if you get those 2 turns, I think you're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, Pheasantipity does get searched out here off the Nest Ball. And then, yeah, going to see 3 more cards. And then going to go with that Calamity Storm, discard that Jamming Tower, take the knockout on the Ogerpon. And Elmer doesn't need a whole ton to get a return knockout with the Radzard, but has nothing set up right now besides the Radzard itself. Could see a lot of cards this turn, though. We got Mew, got Pheasantipity, got the potential of Legacy Star, potentially a Research as well. Another Nest Ball coming in from Ross. And the board is set up currently where Elmer could potentially go for like a board lock win condition through attacking with like back-to-back Dragapult attacks, or even attacking with back-to-back Kyurem attacks as well. There's enough options on board for Elmer to go that route. If Ross had a second moon, he probably would have played the Sada. Maybe. That might have been enough to put it over the edge to make it worth it. All right, so I assume we see Charizard pushed here. We just need a Fire and a Grass to make this thing attack. So we need E-Switch, Ogerpon. There's an Ogerpon top deck. That's a big one. But what else do we have? I see a Hawlucha. Oof, and the Kyurem. We can Ultra Ball away both of those. Then we can bench the Ogerpon. The question is, what do you grab off this Ultra Ball? You have E-Switch Ogerpon in hand, so I feel like you go for Pheasantipity or Mew here. And I kind of lead towards the Mew, just to try and maximize our potential for draw power. I guess you could V-Star to get Grass Energy plus Research. I guess that's okay. That works, technically. Okay, maybe this is the better play. Maybe going for the Drago V-Star makes more sense here. This might be the play. Then we're in a V-Star for a Grass Energy plus a Research. I assume. We'll see. Yeah, there we go. Pure and E-Switch getting discard along with 2 more Grass Energy. I think there's already a Super Rod in the discard pile as well, so the recovery is low here. Going for Nest Ball. Not the Research. And Vessel. Okay. So we can get Pheasantipity off the Nest Ball. Draw some cards. Then Earthen Vessel to guarantee the fire and the grass, I guess. Oh, we could go for Superior instead, though, actually. Ooh, but there's no fire in the discard pile. Ooh, but we need... there better be another Super Rod left here for Elmer, or Elmer's going to be in trouble. I assume there is, like, one more Super Rod left here, though. All right, Pheasantipity draw now. I appreciate the 38 months there, Jaeger. Appreciate the 4 months there, Voltsy. All right, Fez draw for 3. Boss, switch grass. It's okay. Let's see, Ogerpon cycle. Iono, there we go. That's big. Thinking about giving up the boss. I think we have Prime Catcher left side. Maybe give up the switch here, to be honest. Gives up the boss. I guess that's like the same thing, though, maybe. Finds the fire energy. We really need to find that Super Rod. Ideally, finding Mew as well would be nice, just to set up more draw power. I'm not too scared of getting judged next turn. There's probably going to be a Sada played, if anything. Honestly, I could see it being possible that Ross just whiffs. Like, Ross just does nothing next turn. Ross doesn't have that much setup, just has the Moon on the bench. But besides the Moon on the bench, Ross doesn't have a ton to work with. It's possible there's enough ancient cards in the discard pile where Baby Moon could get the KO as well. That's a lot, though. You need a lot. Okay, Nest Ball was found here for Elmer, so could go get Mew. Honestly, it might be worth it. Baby still prized? Oh, sure, the baby is still prized. Oh, Koraidon, though. Koraidon does work. Koraidon's in the discard pile right now, but we could Night Stretcher for it. A Night Stretcher did just go to the bottom of the deck. Excuse me. I don't know about Ogerpon over Mew there. I feel like Mew's probably the better grab. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Down so many grass energy at this point. We can't even like cycle with this thing. All right, there we go. There's the knockout. Needs to find that last Super Rod and recover the Radzar one last time. Ultra Ball off the prize cards is pretty good. Allow you to thin out the hand and go get that Mew. And then has to find Super Rod. Hopefully it's in the deck. I guess that's also like a question. Or maybe double... I guess double Ogerpon could lead to a KO on a Moon as well. You could double Ogerpon. And here for Ross has a lot of draw power in it. We got Pheasantipity. Dark Energy, so we could concealed cards. And then we also have 2 Trekking Shoes. So we're going to see a decent amount of cards here. A Judge in the hand. If you want to use Koraidon, it has to be through Sada. I don't know where the last Sada is. Trekking Shoes number 2 coming out. Kept the card. It is a Pokegear. Okay. All right, Sada has been found. We're still missing a dark patch, which I believe a dark patch is on the bottom of the deck, so we'd probably want to shuffle the deck before we play the Sada, but I mean, I guess there could be one in the top half as well. Miss to the Sada. Nest Ball. There's the Pokestop. We've exhausted most, if not all, of our draw power into the Pokestop. I feel like we need the dark patch, right? There it is. Okay, we got the dark patch. And so we will be knocking out the active Charizard here. So once again, Elmer kind of needs to find Grass Energy. I guess Super Rod. Super Rod's a big card because you could attack with an Ogerpon, possibly. Or just setting up your own Charizard. This Pokestop from Ross will get bumped, so Elmer won't have the option to utilize that next turn. Should get bumped here. Ross going through the hand, trying to get rid of as many dead cards as possible. Looks like Ultra Balling away a Nest Ball and a Petron EX. I don't even know what's left here. There's a baby Petron. You may as well just grab that and put it on the bench, I think. Out of the deck. Can't imagine what else you'd want to leave that bench space open for at this point. We may as well just get the baby Petch involved. And there we go. Our moon's loaded up. Got the knockout. You always KO Radzard here, right? Yeah, you never KO. If you don't KO Radzard, then the Radzard comes back and bops you. Thins out the Petch, actually. What if we would have thinned out a little bit more? But I guess this is probably fine overall, to be honest. All right, there's the KO. All right, let's see if Elmar can put it together. We have the Ultra Ball in hand to get the Mew out of the deck. We have the Pheasantipity in play for draw power. I mean, you're always pushing up Ogerpon here, I feel like, as Elmer. And there are two ways to win here. You could attack with Ogerpon, or you could attack with Radzard again. Ooh, we did top deck our Mew there. I feel like it all has to kind of come through. It basically all has to come through finding that Super Rod, though. As long as Elmer has the Super Rod left, which I think there is, but I actually don't know for sure. Let's see. I don't know. I think there's... I can't tell. He's going through the deck so fast. There's a Fire Energy in there. Is there a Super Rod in there? It was there? Okay. We don't want to take any Pokemon here because we want to leave our bench space open for the Radzard potentially. I feel like we maybe just commit to use... I think there's 0 energy in the deck. So we're never Super Rodding back Triple Grass. We're always Super Rodding back like Radzard Double Fire. So I think we can just commit to the Prime Catcher here and just bring up like Pheasantipity or something. Going to the Mew first, so not committing to it. I don't understand this sequence here from Elmer. I feel like we could have played the Prime Catcher initially. There's a Vessel, there's a Boss, there's a Dragapult. You don't even have a 1 price where we can leave in the active here. So currently we just lose. Elmer just loses. Should we have grabbed the Squawk to thin? No, because you don't want to bench the Squawk because you want to leave the bench space open for Radzard. And you don't want it in your hand because you want to draw more cards with Mew. Here comes the Vessel. Is there anything? Is there a grass left? I don't think there was. There's a Fire. Yeah, that's not good enough here from Elmer. That's it. You pack it up. Yep, there's the concede. All right, Ross wins game 1. Despite Elmer getting the first 2 prize knockout, there wasn't that much setup. Elmer never really had a super established board state until that last turn. On that last turn, we saw the Mew in play. Pheasantipity was in play from the turn before. We had everything in play on that following turn, but it took so long for Elmer to like really establish a board state. Only had that 1 Ogerpon in play in the initial part of the game as well. Why don't you use Prime Catcher? There's really no reason. Yeah, Elmer definitely should have used the Prime Catcher there. There was really no reason to not use the Prime Catcher. It feels like you definitely have to go all in on that turn from Elmer. Try and win that turn. Because if you don't win that turn, I don't think you're winning the game here. I'm curious to see if Elmer chooses first or second. Yeah, I'm curious to see if Elmer chooses first or second here, though. Going into this next one, I think you should go second in this matchup. But I'm curious to see if Elmer thinks different. I don't hate the idea of choosing first, but dude, I just want to set up, man. They're always getting off the turn one attack. I just want to set up. You do give them that extra turn to play with themselves to like set up and have like a more comfortable first 2 prize knockout or whatever. Walkability start here from Elmer. Could also go into a turn 1 motivate possibly with that start. We'll see. Prize cards, double Sada prize. Not really a huge deal. You need to play like 1, maybe 2 Sadas throughout a game. That's like all the energy you need. Elmer did choose second here. Opening hand here from Ross is a little slow currently. Does have that Pokestop to work off of, but that's about it. Pokestop's the only out here. Went to the prize check in here. There is only 25 minutes left, so half the time was used up during that first game. Or a little bit less than half, I guess. Second vessel getting played. You don't want to run out of energy, but you also need this Pokestop to find you something. If not this turn, if it stays in play, you need to have you find something next turn, I guess. He's searching out 2 energy here again. Another 2 energy thinned out of the deck. Concealed cards is not going to have a lot of fuel for it moving forward if we have to Squawkabilly this hand. We'll see. All right. And then here comes the Pokestop. Hoping for something. The rest of the hand is 4 Dark Energy, a Sada, and a Pokemon Catcher. Judge. Trekking Shoes. Hold up. We're not done yet. Trekking Shoes. Another Pokestop. And a Nest Ball. Okay. I feel like it's got to be Squawk. You could just go for a Big Moon and attach to it and pass and then Sada next turn, but that feels like you're not seeing enough. I feel like it's got to be a Squawkabilly here from Ross. Let's see if he agrees. Oh, did line up the moon. Maybe is just comfortable with just the moon. That feels like too little. But Ross thinks it's enough. Ross thinks the moon is enough. We do have the Sada for next turn. We do have plenty of attachments from the hand as well with those with the energy. This feels a little bit too slow, but we'll see how it plays out for him. All right, attach the moon and passed. Do you think Badoo Terapagos is better than Dusknoir Terapagos? I don't know. All right, Vessel from... Ooh, gives up the Temple of... Wait, are we not using Squawkabilly here? Why would we not bump the Pokestop? Or we could have even played the Vessel and then use the Pokestop, then bump the Pokestop. I feel like leaving the Pokestop in play for Ross to take advantage of is pretty mid. He prized 2 Sada, so squawking a Sada feels bad as well. That is true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Bundle turn 1. Pawn would be so good here. That would be pretty good. Pretty unlikely, but that would definitely be good. Yeah, I don't like that Sinnoh discard here from Elmer. We should have seen like Vessel away something else and then use Pokestop and then bump the Pokestop, I feel like. Oh, we have Jamming Tower in hand as well. I guess that is still happening. Never mind. I didn't think about the second stadium that we could have had, that we do have. All right. First out double grass. Yeah, motivate is an option. Cleffa's usually the better play, but motivate isn't like terrible. Sometimes just being set up and being able to trade attacks can put you ahead in the end of it. But yeah, generally you want to be using. Also, motivate sets up for like really well for like back-to-back Kieran plays potentially. But that's not something you want to like aggressively go for in this matchup. Here comes the Pokestop. Nest Ball is huge. Did lose an Ogre Pawn, which is not great. Can't even tell what else is in the hand. There's a lot of grass energy in the hand, so we probably just go for, yeah, another Ogre Pawn, cycle the deck. Try and find some more basics that way. We probably won't commit in energy to the Squawkabilly. Probably just research it all away, and then if we end up... Well, maybe you would, because you'd be planning to retreat to Cleffa, and if not, then you go for the Motivate, I guess. So maybe you do just attach to Squawkabilly here. Yeesh. You switch also in the hand. I need to go some food after this. Jamming Tower, bump at the Pokestop. And then, I mean, you could just attach active. You could still attach to Squawkabilly. Goes with the attach active, though, because you could retreat into Billy and then motivate. Attach active is still fine, though. As boss, there's no way you play boss here, though. You definitely just... No way! No way! You don't even keep up... No way! Dude, if he hits this, you definitely just keep up with the option of a Researcher or an Iono off the draw. There's Cleffa. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. He did not hit it. No, do not get rid of Fez, though. The Fez is huge. That's draw power. I think it's got to be Ultra Ball away, double Vessel. I feel like you definitely keep the Fez here. Yeah, give up double Vessel, bench the Fez, grab a Drago V, bench a Drago V, retreat to Cleffa, use Cleffa. Seems fine. I guess another reason that the boss on the moon is like potentially helpful is it prevents Dark Patch from being the out to set up the moon, or makes it harder for it to be the out. Doesn't fully prevent it, but I feel like bossing there is trolling for sure. Bossing, I feel like, is definitely trolling. Keep it open the option of the Iona or the Research just seems too powerful. It could also lead you to Iron Bundle. Like Elmer's playing the Iron Bundle, right? So, which then could push up the moon. Fez down early this game, and then yeah, the Cleffa for 6. All right. Did not get that turn 1 knockout that Elmer was playing for. We'll see what Ross can do here now. Ross has the first KO available, but would probably like to get a 2-prize knockout if possible. Maybe even on the Ogre Pawn over the Drago here, to be honest. All right, there we go. Sada. Nice trekking shoes and a vessel. Ooh, the hand is still pretty weak. I feel like we want like Radiant Greninja here. Off these trekking shoes. Attempting the catcher first. No good. It is the tails. We still want to find a 2-prize knockout here, though. Trekking shoes into another catcher. Now we're going to go into the vessel. Continue to thin those energy out of the deck. Get a couple more. I'm not sure how many are left at this point. There's not a ton. We haven't prize checked yet. There's only 17 minutes left. So there's not a lot of time left. This game is still going to go on for a decent amount of time here. Definitely could see this one end in a tie, which would be kind of unfortunate to see both stream matches in a row end in ties. Hopefully it's not a tie. I'm praying for no tie. I believe this is the trekking shoes being played, right? Yeah, debating keeping the card found. It is a Sada. Does keep. I don't know. Sada is so weak here, though. If we're assuming our moon dies, I guess you have Night Stretcher to get moon back. Yeah, you do have Night Stretcher to get the moon back, and then Sada to it, I guess. All right. Maybe it's not terrible. Benches the Petch EX. Is Ross not going to take the knockout here? Ross maybe isn't going to take the KO here. Nope, going with it. But are we knocking out or are we passing? We're not knocking out the Cleffa here. Not going to give up the Pheasantipity draw. The Pheasantipity draw over to Elmer. Not going to give the easy 2 prize knockout to the Ogre Pawn as well. There's the pass. And now the play from Elmer becomes to attack with Regidrago potentially. But we're a decent ways away from that. Not too far though. There's already an E-switch in the hand. There's an E-switch in the discard pile as well. We have Dragapult and Research in hand. So we can research away the Dragapult as the attacker. And then we can spread 3 on the moon. I wonder if a Dragapult attack happens here. I feel like Ross should just concede, right? Like if a Phantom Dive goes down. Yeah, Phantom Dive goes down. I feel like you just pack it up, right? You just go next. But we do have to see if Elmer even gets there. Oh, what the heck? What the? Wait, what the? Oh, no, this works as well, though. Ogre Pawn can get the KO here. I was like, at first I was like super confused, but no. Fine 2 grass, Ogre Pawn KOs the active. Definitely better, definitely better. In my head, I was like, we can't even KO this, but not true. We definitely can. But are we? Well, we can get Drago V-Star here, and then that would lead to... We would have to, whatever it's called, the ability, but that could knock, we could get the knockout here guaranteed. This has got to be a Legacy Star moment, right? Get Vessel something. I don't even know what the other card would be, to be honest. Yeah, I guess that is a... If you Legacy Star here, do you still concede as Ross? Or if the Legacy Star happens, do you play this one out further? I guess it depends on how bad the Legacy Star goes, potentially. Let's see. Another Fire milled. The Mew milled. Not too much. A lot of supporters milled. Not like a ton of recovery or anything like that. You got to get a Vessel here and something else. Maybe an E-switch. There's the Vessel grab. We do have a Super Rod in hand. Honestly, milling the Superior Energy Retrieval there would have been actually like pretty good. He's just going to go for Vessel Grass here. Not the E-switch. Okay. But I guess you can just sit here and attack with pawns over and over again. All right, here come the pawn cycles. Oh, oh. Another pawn cycle here. Here's the Vessel on... Oh. Gotta get rid of something there. I was thinking about giving up the Radzard. I wonder if there's anything better to give up than Radzard, though. Radzard's pretty good. Doesn't feel like something we'd want to give up here. Gonna Vessel away the Radzard. I don't think we've played a supporter yet. either. And we do have have we played a supporter yet? I don't think so. There's only 4 cards left in the deck, though. I don't think we're Iono. Actually, if we Iono'd here, we'd almost deck out. I actually have a super rod to work with, though. Research? Oh, we did research. True, true. Going to the Radzard, or going to the super rod immediately, excuse me. Bundle Radzard Fire being searched and put into the deck. And there we go. Cycle the energy on the active and knock out. Oh, it's our attachment for turn, excuse me. All right, let's see what Ross can do here. Does have the Stretcher and the Sada to attack with a potential Mooney X. I'm going to start with push on. Oh, Patch. Why bundle? It's really powerful in the mirror match. Into the Fez draw first. 11 minutes if game 3. Yeah, there's not a lot of time left for a potential game 3. And it's looking pretty good here for Elmer. Depending on the draw here from Ross, maybe you should just pack it up. Can't really tell what the hand is, though. I meant why super on it. Because if Ross is able to attack with a 1-prizer, like this turn or a following turn, for a 2-prize knockout, which you could do with like Koraidon, then you want to be able to get around it aggressively, which the Iron Bundle can do. So it gives you a way to like not guarantee a 2-prize knockout, but get you closer to a potential 2-prize knockout. All right, the moons are in, and then here comes the Sada. We're also still missing a Dark Patch. If we whiff the Dark Patch here, we're definitely packing it up here, I feel like, as Ross. Oh, it's a boss. I thought it was a Dark Patch. We have Pokestop, though. We got Pokestop off the Sada. We can dig a little bit further. Our Fez draw is exhausted. We could get Radiant Greninja to draw more. There's the Pokestop. All right, Trekking Shoes. And potentially Radiant Greninja draw still. Boss Drago and GG. What do you mean? Just trap it in the active? Oh, wait. Is that a possibility here? How many E-Switch? The Switch is left, I think, right? The Prime Catcher's gone. There's a decent amount of E-Switch left as well. I don't think that would work, actually. I don't think that would work. We're not super far from it, though. Radiant Greninja has been found here. Yeah, we're not super far from just being able to bring up the Drago V-Star and trap it for the win. You switch on turn 1. Oh, did he burn a turn 1? Oh, the Elmer's out of like switch cards. Still has E-Switch left, though. At least one E-Switch and energy to set up the Drago. So I think not quite in a position where you'd want to commit to just like try and trap Drago. As Ross here. Because you don't need to set up Reggie Drago in 1 turn. You could do it over like 2 turns or something. 3 turns even, maybe. Ross probably wants to go Moon into Koraidon, KO on Fez, and hope Elmar was boss. Yeah, that would work, right? Koraidon, send up the 1-prizer to take a 2-prize knockout. Yeah, that would work. Seems like a reasonable line for Ross to go down. Get the Koraidon involved. Oh, wait a second. What about getting Petron involved? Ross does play the baby Petron. Could we like trap? You could like trap Pheasantipity or Squawkabilly maybe? There's some potential there, right? Could we do some kind of, because we're the Prime Catcher and the Switch are gone, right? Maybe there is a potential for trapping something in the active. Ross is up game 1. Why stall? Wait, what do you mean? If it just wins the game, what do you... Because Ross could just win. You just trap it in the active, then your opponent decks out and the game's over. If that's an out to a win con. Ross won game 1. Why would you want to win game 2? You know what? True. Ross should be a gentleman here and just concede. Was it Drago's favored, so Ross should stall? Well, stalling would be the win condition to win. Oh, wait, are you... Well, trading back and forth 2-prizer for 2-prizer, you lose as Ross. Also, does Elmer even have a gust effect left? Or is Elmer down 2 boss and prime? Elmer maybe can't answer Koraidon KOing Pheasantipity, to be honest. Yeah, the Koraidon play is maybe enough for Ross to just win, to be honest. How many cards are left in Elmer's deck? It's a decent amount now. Elmer also has the Super Rod left, I believe. So the Super Rod would recover 3 more deck. So we're a ways away from him physically decking out, but it's possible it could win the game. Can Koraidon or Baby Moon get in the mix? Koraidon, Baby Moon definitely not. But Koraidon can. Koraidon could KO the Pheasantipity this turn. 5 minutes left. I definitely think... Well, no, that's actually not even 100% true. We could see like Ross donk Elmer in game 3 or something. Double Dark Patch, Catcher, Dark... or Pokegear, excuse me. Try and choose in Pokegear. Fez for 3. That's Koraidon. That's Catcher. We don't have Sada yet, though. Hold up. Wait, did Elmer play the Super Rod last turn? Or is there still a Super Rod in the deck here for Elmer? Or the other way, Elmer can donk? It is possible. Less likely, but yeah, I guess that is possible. Radjar is a great target for baby pets right now. Still has Rod, okay. Rod for Firezard bundle earlier, right? That was the first Super Rod, but there was a second one. Does Ross just lose? I'm sure Elmer has Fire and Boss in hand. I don't know if Elmer has a Boss left. I actually want to go check the prize cards. When did they show the prize cards? There was no Boss prized. Oh, I don't know if Elmer has a Gust effect left. Our Baby Moon being searched out here from Ross off the Ultra Ball. Three minutes left. We maybe are even getting to the point where we're going to go into turns. There's not even a potential for a donk in game 3. Does the Koraidon in hand. Looks like Ross is playing heavily towards the Koraidon play here for sure. He's going Trek and Choose first. Did find a Pokemon catcher. That is pretty good. You do need that to KO the Pheasantipity here. Discards it. Trying to maximize the odds for the Sada. And you also need to find a Dark Energy as well to attach to the Koraidon. There's 7. That's a Judge. It's not what we're looking for here. Although, maybe Gust on like Radzard plus Judge. Surely that's a keep. I don't know. It depends how many catcher and... I think Ross still has Prime Catcher as well. So it depends how many catchers and Prime Catchers are left. He has a catcher in hand. Should have flipped it already before. Ooh, that's a boss. Maybe, but if we're in this situation now from Ross, we don't have a Sada. So we would have catchered up Pheasantipity, but now we might want to try and catch her up like Radzard, right? So I think it's a little bit of a difference there. Well, now it might cause us to play it differently, is what I mean. Let's see what Ross goes for. I could also boss here, I guess. You could just play the boss on the, I guess, Radzard? Radzard's not as good of a play anymore. Goes for the Baby Moon instead. And then an Ultra Ball. Wait. Looks like it was going to give up the boss. Okay. Prime catchers left. There was a Sada in the deck. Catcher, dark. Oh, there's no dark energy. Oh, there's one. There's one dark energy left. Goes for the judge. Isn't even going to play the catcher on the Radzard potentially there. Interesting. I thought we'd have seen that for sure. 50 seconds left. I feel like bossing Dragon would have just been better. That's what I kind of feel as well. Like, bossing the Dragon might have just been better. KO Squawk Angle. Is there enough? I don't know if there's enough ancient cards in the discard pile. Maybe just enough with that discard of the Koraidon. We did find Dark Patch, but we don't have an energy on the Baby Moon. We also found Pokestop, but there's not a second Dark Patch in the deck. I don't even think there's a Night Stretcher in the deck. He's going to play the Pokestop here and go for it. Squawk, Catcher, Nest Ball. No Prime Catcher, so could go for a Catcher to try and trap Radzard in the active. 13 seconds left. So it looks like it is going to end. Time is going to get called on Ross's turn, which means each player will have 2... pass. That's time. The judges are marking. So it looks like Elmer is turn 0. I think, maybe. Why pass? Well, I don't think the active can die here. I don't think there's enough E-switches left for the active to die. Wait, maybe not. 1, 2, 5, 6. No, not quite. Okay. I don't think Elmer has Gus left. I'm not 100% sure. Here's the cycle. That's a bundle. You do need to build up the option of Radzard, I feel like, here from Elmer. On the next turn, Ross is just going to retreat and pass again. Actually attached to the Regidrago. I guess that's like the same thing as the Radzard. Like, one of them getting trapped is just as bad as the other getting trapped. And then there's the punch for 150. Okay. Now, Ross on this turn just has to set up a board state where you're least likely to lose. I guess, there's no bench space for Baby Petron, actually. I think Baby Petron is the play, but there's no bench space for it. We didn't top deck the Dark Energy anyway, so we couldn't go for it, I guess. Turn 1 here for Ross. There's an Ultra Ball getting rid of a Moon and a Nest Ball. Honestly, the play from Ross here is literally maybe just going to be retreat to... Well, I guess you'd like to gust up Radzard, right? You'd like to gust up Radzard. If he kills the active, he has so many resources, then he just prime Radzard and win. That's why he passed. I mean, Ross is never going to KO the active here. The only play that Ross would have ever gone for a knockout would have been Koraidon, KO Pheasantipity. Ross also couldn't KO the active. Ross couldn't KO the active here. No Gus is GG. Is it? Because Ross can just hide behind the Moon, right? Retreat to Moon pass, right? All right, Prime Catcher's found off the Pokestop. I don't think the Regidrago can be set up next turn for sure. It maybe can be set up. There's the Prime. Do you ever bring up Pheasantipity? Is bringing up Radzard ever scary? Probably not, right? There's the Prass. So Elmer would need... I just don't think it's possible. You could have like Fire... Fire double E-switch boss? But I don't think Elmer has boss left. And this is the last turn for Elmer as well. How many boss are in there? Is it 2? I think it's 2. Do some quick math. Hits the Pokestop. Recover some cards. And honestly, the Super Rod might have been enough for Elmer to win eventually. But not enough time here. Yeah, eventually Elmer might have won by being able to manually attach to the Radzar. Like you attach fire this turn pass. And next turn you threaten attach grass E-switch to start attacking. Or eventually get into your Drago as well. But that's it. Ross wins 1-0. Elmer with no win condition. Actually, even if Elmer eventually gets out of that situation, though, Ross could maybe have just gusted again and then gone for the Petron trap. So, all right, so it looks like Freya's playing Rapagos, and Michael is playing Dragapult. I see the crystal in the hand, though, so it's not Iron Thorns. Freya is playing the Bouffalance. Can't really tell how good that hand is, to be honest. I appreciate the 7 months there, Tyler. I don't know if this nest ball needs to get a Terapagos or not. Ideally, you want to get the Fan Rotom, unless your hand is dead. But it looks like there's a Hoot Hoot and a Noctowl in the hand, so that would lead to maybe a Terapagos getting found here. Actually, let me go back and check the prize cards real fast. Let's see. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, the boss is prized. And usually the Terapagos decks only play one boss, so. It did have to be. It was a Terapagos, but honestly, the hand is still dead. Yeah, the hand is actually still dead here. Had a double turbo in hand, could have played it, chose not to. I guess if you top deck Ultra Ball, you'd want to Ultra Ball away the other 2 cards and then Candy into Pidgeot. So I guess that makes sense to hold on to it. Over to Michael now. It looks like it is Dragapult Dusknoir. The Let Tatsugiri build. Plays Klefki as well, it looks like. But I think has Arven in hand. We should have a pretty clean turn 1 here. Oh, to TM Evo build as well. So am I seeing Evo here? All right, so what happened here? Switch knockout, but the top deck was still a dead card. Here comes the Vessel. Does have the Sparkling Crystal in hand. So the Pidgey could get KO'd here. Could also go after the Duskull, so you take away the possibility of Candy Dusknoir removing your Dragapult from play. There's a Dragapult. Okay, so we have the attack for sure. Unless there's a Dragapult in hand already. Oh, there's 2 Dragapults in hand. Holy smokes. So opts for the Klefki, as is better for Ultra Ball fodder, potentially. Katsu does end up on the bench here. Doing a quick check of the energy. There's a Psychic in the discard pile, so we might opt for the Fire. Nope, Psychic. And then, yeah, here we go. Punch plus, I assume knockout Pidgey, but there is a decent argument for knockout Duskull. I don't know. The bench is like, I don't know. Freya did so little last turn, and over the last couple turns, I think probably just knockout the Pidgey makes the most sense. Yeah, I'd probably just KO Pidgey here. Oh, unless you don't want to take a knockout, so then you don't turn on Pheasantipity. There's actually an argument to maybe spread the damage, actually, to not. Actually, that's also something, actually. That is something. You could try and avoid turning on Pheasantipity. That doesn't seem terrible. All right, goes for the Duskull KO. Just trying to play around the Dragapult dying, which I don't hate. Can't tell what the top deck was there. What is that? The card all the way on the bottom. Oh, it's a vacuum. I mean, I guess you get rid of the Sparkling Crystal, but you know there's a fire in hand, so you're not doing too much. Thinking about giving up the Briar. Briar goes to the Lost Zone, sure. And then Punch for, I don't even know how much, it was 70 damage? Pretty weak, I'm not gonna lie. All right, Michael does have that energy in hand. I mean, you could attach to the bench even theoretically, to be honest. All right, there's a concede from Freya. Yeah, I like it. Let's go next. Pack it up. You kind of knew the fire was in hand anyway, so probably should have, if you're going to concede off that, you probably should have conceded when the top deck was dead, but it's fine. Still a decent concede there. What do you think is easier, Dragapult or Charizard? Dude, we gotta stop calling. It doesn't make any sense. Gotta stop calling Dragapult Draga. I'm gonna call it Pult. Whenever I see Draga, I always like mistake it for Regidrago. It's also just like, it just sounds so much uglier as like a word. It's like when people try to make Crucephalon a thing. It's like, why? Pult is optimal? Pult is definitely optimal. Drago or Chari? What do you think is easier to play, Draga or Chari? Stop calling our Chaladon the Don. That's trademarked. You did kind of lay claim to calling it Don with the deck title there, Jesse, to be honest. I feel like you won that battle, to be honest. Gotta have to give you the dub. Charizard is easier to play than Pult. I guess I gotta start being the influence and like solidifying it as Pult, to be honest. I gotta be part of the change. You think every deck will tech EXP guidance for Badoo? I have no idea what EXP guidance is. Probably not, no. Wait, is this something to do with the video game? It's like a video game meme. What's the first major with Badoo? Well, technically it was Champions League, but it will be Merida in Mexico in 2 or 3 weeks. You ever play the video games casually? No. Is Freya in a cloak? Looks like she's from the Great North. Yeah, Freya came from the wall, from defending the wall to to play in what's it called? Birmingham Regionals. Isn't Freya a caster too? Yeah. Freya does cast some of the events. Not all of them though, but basically no caster casts all the events. They have a pretty deep roster of casters. Will every deck have Badu? Probably not every, but most. Ooh, the Klefki start. There was a lot of mulligans though, but the oh my gosh, the Klefki start is brutal. Despite the mulligans, Freya's hand is not that good. It's like double Ultra Ball. Wait, Freya's hand just kind of sucks. If there wasn't a Klefki start, the hand would be pretty good. All right, there we go. Ultra Ball number 1. Wait, is this hand even playable? I feel like the hand's not playable. Like that, we still have to rely on a top deck here. Yeah, so just hoot and pass, hoping to top deck Noctowl or Terapagos and then Ultra Ball for the other one. It looks like. Or I assume that was the pass motion there from Freya. Never watched a regional. Do these go for best of 3 or best of 5? Best of 3. Oh no, there is an Noctowl in hand. Okay, it's not that bad then. I don't like that's definitely a mistake there from Freya though. Definitely should have discarded the Noctowl and not the Night Stretcher. So that way, if you get Iono'd, the Night Stretcher becomes an out to Noctowl. So definitely a mistake there. Definitely should discard the Owl instead of the Night Stretcher. Can't she just shortcut, or was she thinking? Or she was just thinking, probably. Players do that all the time, where they'll like play a nest ball and then shuffle their deck and then be like, oh wait, I'm going back in with another nest ball. It's a Klefki Pult Dusk. Although there's only like, it's just like one Klefki, I think. I don't think there's like a bunch of Klefkis in here. Okay. Well, the hand was actually like, I mean, being able to use Phantom would have been nice, but what's it called is, you know, we still have a playable hand here. Get a turn 2 knockout, start rolling from there. Is shortcutting legal at all levels of play? Yes. Yeah, I think it's only one Klefki in this build here. Maybe 2, but it's probably just 1. All right. Wait, is this a nest ball? Does this deck even play Rotom? Or is it just Luminion with a Force Seal Stone? Oh, there's a Force Seal Stone in the hand. So Nest Ball for Luminion to then Force Seal Stone for Arven for Poffin plus TM Evo. And we have a Fire in hand to TM Evo out a couple Dracloaks. Okay. Not terrible. Here comes the squad. Pretty Poff. Oh, 2 Klefkis. At least 2 Klefkis. Solo Dreep? Okay, we have another Dreepy in hand. I was like, I don't know about that. Here comes the Energy Search. Energy Search is interesting. Vessel is obviously the more powerful card. Yeah, Vessel is obviously a more powerful card, but it allows you to find an energy through Arven without discarding a card, which I guess is potentially good sometimes. All right, here come both Dracloaks. All right. The Nest Ball for Luminian. Yeah, Michael Nest Ball for Luminian there. There we go. The Lokes are set up. Over to Freya. No potential for a turn 2 Pidgeot here, which is what you would have liked. You want that turn 2 Pidgeot. You want turn 2 Pidgeot. Which is yeah, not possible. Research here though. And I guess we can go Buddy Poffin maybe to get the Pidgey on the bench. And then, of course, you do risk your Pidgey just kind of dying to... Maybe you go double Pidgey here if you play double Pidgey. I don't know if Freya plays two Pidgey. The Bouffalants are also pretty good to set up in this matchup, but it's going to be tough to get there from here. He's trolling with that energy search. I don't care what anyone says. Only one Pidgey there and a Hoot Hoot. I mean, getting a Hoot Hoot established as well is pretty good. Looks like the top deck was... Is it Lost Vacuum? Oh, Lotto. Okay, sure. Does brick like this commonly? No, deck's pretty consistent. This game is... This second game specifically is a little bit of an anomaly because Michael opened Klefki going second, specifically, to shut down the fan rotom. But even then, Freya's not like dead drawing. It was just game one that Freya dead drew. This game, Freya's still playing the game despite the Klefki start, but just isn't having as explosive as a start. All right, decent options for next turn, but I don't think anything else is happening here, maybe, besides a bunch of another Pokemon. Like I said, the Bouffalants are nice to set up in this matchup. Oh, okay, Area 0. I don't mind being aggressive with an Area 0 either here. Ooh, and we got one Bouffalant. Because Michael probably does not play a ton of... Ooh, in the Nest Ball. Second Bouffalant might be on the way. Michael probably does not play a ton of stadiums. We did see the Temple of Sinnoh. That's probably it. It's probably just the one Temple of Sinnoh. I think I would like to have seen the other Bouffalant make its way into play here. Reducing the damage your active Terrapagos takes is a pretty big deal for, like, playing around, like, big multi-prize turns. I think we could have worried about the second Terrapagos on the next turn and go for the double Bouffalant this turn, to be honest. Now Michael gets that Area 0, though. That's true, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Like, the extra... Michael will maybe be able to utilize, like, one extra bench space. I guess the bigger thing would maybe being able to bump the Lumineon off the bench, to be honest. Yeah, bumping Lumineon off the bench. Benching Fan is a bit strange. Oh, we're getting aggressive here. I mean, if we're playing Prime, we're definitely just going after Lumineon, right? Okay, okay. I don't hate this, to be honest. I don't hate just going for the prize cards from Freya here. And Iono in the hand for the next turn. Yeah, I don't hate this. Just draw some prize cards, sure. I also didn't hate just camming the Klefki as well, though. Like, even though now that I knew that we had the Prime in the hand, yeah, I would have been fine, I guess. All right, into the first... I forget what the name of the ability is, but we did it. Number 2. Fez and Iono. Well, we can't Fez right now unless we want to retreat the Klefki. Ideally, you'd want to play Arvid here so you can find the crystal. But then you'd have to commit to retreating your Klefki to a Dracloak. Then using Fez to hope to find the Arvin. Or you could just grab Iono and hide behind Klefki for another turn. Also, Freya only has... Well, Freya's got a 3-card hand, 3 to 4, giving him +1. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, you also have Nest Ball in hand, so you can Nest Ball back. But you don't really want to put Pheasantipity in play, to be honest. You actually don't want Pheasantipity in play. Yeah, the Rotom bench makes sense if we're going after Lumineon for sure. Yeah, but before I was like kind of second guessing the Fan Rotom bench as well. I was like, I don't know about benching this Fan Rotom here. But yeah, if we're gonna go for the Lum KO, we kind of have to do it. So wait, yeah, we do have to do it. Yeah, just gonna be the Iono. So a little bit of a slower. I mean, I guess Michael still could draw Dragapult plus Crystal. It's just unlikely. So not getting that turn 2 attack off that you'd like to have, but we're not too far away from a Dragapult here. Double Dragapult's found, and Buddy Poffin. I think you probably evolve the Dragapult that has the fire energy to protect your energy here, I assume. We'll see what Michael goes for, though. You could not, but I think it makes sense to protect your energy here. I mean, because you could always get like attachment plus Crystal next turn. Another Duskull getting searched out. Could have actually gotten like Duskull and GP there if we had evolved to the Dragapult first from Michael. We already have so many one prize liabilities here that we could have putting another one in play doesn't seem like a terrible thing to do. You evolve 2 Pults to avoid Lokes dying, or you rather have the ability for longer? You want to have the ability for as long as possible. There's already so many one prize liabilities. Like your Lokes aren't more of a liability than anything else. You're getting area 0? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just don't like that fire energy just kind of hanging out there. It's like one more piece we need to get next turn, possibly. Overall. I think protecting our fire energy is like pretty good here. I don't know. Especially when like Candy Dusknoir can... Ooh. Oh! I even forgot about that. We could get Candy Dusknoir gusted or something here. Like Freya could have Candy Dusknoir KO Loke into Gust KO Loke. But even then, actually, Freya could just have Candy Dusknoir KO Loke KO active, and that's still pretty good here, I feel like. Did they pop the research, or did they just grab it off Owl and not use it? Freya used research turn 1. Looks like Ultra Ball and Candy were searched out. There's the Candy Pidgeot. That's always good to have in play. I don't know what else this is going to lead to for the turn, though. It might just be Kiawe and Klefki. But getting Pidgeot established is really good. Like, getting the Pidgeot established is good. But it might just... the end result might just be... Knockout active and chill. Freya also does play the vacuum. We did see that in game 1. Freya plays the vacuum, which can be really big in this matchup to remove a bunch of damaged Pokemon from play. So like after Michael goes for like an attack or two, you can like get rid of a bunch of your damaged Terrapagos and just punch into a Dragapult for turn. That's actually a pretty big deal. You a fan of Drago and Terrapagos? No, I don't think so. It just seems like too much. Yeah, it just seems like too much. I do like the idea of kind of the Latios. That's like another thing you'd have to bench. Yeah, there's that Candy Dusknoir. So there we go. We lose that energy on our Dracloak here. I feel like Freya's set up in a pretty good spot here, especially with the ability to use vacuum to remove liabilities from the bench. Wait, what just happened? I'm so confused. Oh, it was a Buddy Poffin. Okay. I don't know about putting another Duskull into play. I'd have to like think about how the prize exchange is going to break down here. But do we really want to give Michael access to a easy knockout with... Are we trying to give Michael access to punch active plus KO Duskull on this next turn? I'm not sure how I feel about that. What if we just don't bench Duskull instead? And maybe just get the Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot's always good, right? But why do we need this? Why are we trying to give over a free prize card to Michael? Because then can't Michael kind of win by going... No, I guess there isn't like still a great... No, Michael could win by going like punch, knock out Duskull into like Dusclops punch and KO double Terrapagos, right? I don't know. I don't really love the Duskull bench here. I feel like it gives more options to Michael. Temple of Sinnoh was found, but putting Temple of Sinnoh in play here feels a little weird. Well, no, getting to play the Temple of Sinnoh before Vacuum gets used actually does feel pretty good. Actually, that does seem okay here from Michael. Being able to use... Yeah, being able to put Temple of Sinnoh in play before a Vacuum can get used to clear off damaged Terrapagos. I don't hate that. Dusknoir gets Candy into play here, but we can't use Dusknoir here, or we probably just lose. And give me 1 second. All right, my bad. What happened? We KO'd the bird? Wait, what the heck happened? Dusk bird into KO bird, KO dusk. Okay. We still don't have game yet. There's Sinnoh. All the owls. Is this a punch for 70? Yeah, we don't even have a full hit here. Next turn we win though, theoretically. Double turbo plus Iono in the hand? That is not good. No draw power on the other side from Michael either though, so the Iono could... Yeah, Michael doesn't have game next turn though, guaranteed, right? No, not quite. Would need Alakazam. Do we even know if Michael plays Alakazam though? His fire in hand. All right, there's the Iono. Game's on board, no. Oh, wait, the Temple of Sinnoh's in play. Wait, Freya just loses because you can't even retreat the active, right? Freya needed to... Oh, there was like no good play here from Freya then. We can't even retreat. It's just game, right? Yeah, Michael just retreats and attacks. Sheesh. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing Freya could... What else could Freya have done, though? Could have retreated with 2 double turbo? Yeah, but if you had attached the other double turbo to the active, what do you retreat to? Maybe you retreat to Fan Rotom and sacrifice it? Like, you definitely should have attached the double turbo active, but it almost feels like it doesn't matter. I guess this works from... Well, can't Michael just retreat? But can't Michael just retreat to the bench and... Okay, I think Michael just realized, yeah. I think Michael literally just didn't even realize. Just attack, yeah, there we go. All right, I'm back. Tuan back on the stream with the Golden Go up against the Archaludon. Which is unfortunate for Archaludon, because this is a bad matchup for Archaludon. It is technically winnable, but it's tough. Prediction? I got you. Bro, why stream this matchup? Yeah, definitely a bad choice. I don't know what they went off of here. It might just be based on... It might just be Tuan. Like they're like, oh, Tuan's on the winning, let's put Tuan on. I mean, they know Tuan was playing Golden Go, what's it called, but maybe didn't know the matchup or didn't check the matchup. All right. Well, the hand is looking pretty rough, actually. It might just be living off the Pokestop here. Oh. Ooh, that is not great. We have anything else? There's an Ultra Ball. That's going to be an expensive Gimme Ghoul, though. Even gives up the red candy here. So there's no early Togekiss coming out here, that's for sure. The Togekiss is not coming out anytime soon, probably. Not impossible. I saw the other red candy was in the deck. But this is, yeah, this is a costly Gimme Ghoul here off this Ultra Ball. These scalpers raising the price of gimme ghouls. Yeah, gimme ghouls have gotten super expensive. You haven't been able to pop them for a gimme ghoul as of late. You got an ultra ball for all your gimme ghouls now. That was one of the reasons I put Toad School in my Arch deck. Well, that definitely is a tech that is you could definitely play if you want to try and make that matchup better for sure. All right, top decked a Metal Energy here for Jacob. But there's no Metal Energy in the discard pile, right? This is a misplay. We should not attach active here, I don't think. This lowers our odds of being able to attack on this first turn. Yeah, it's definitely a mistake there. Oh, we didn't draw an energy anyways, so maybe it worked out. Oh, nope, still no energy. Okay. Shouldn't we discard the energy there so then we could go attach, retreat, or Chaladon? It's still possible here. The Pokestop could save us. We should mill in energy or find a vessel. And there we go, Pokestop. Oh, there's a vessel. Okay, we're bailed out here. All right, so a pretty solid turn 2 here from Jacob. And hold on. Wait. Did we see an Iron Bundle? Am I trolling? Did Jacob discard Iron Bundle turn 1 or something? I actually forget, to be honest. For some reason, I think there was I saw an Iron Bundle recently. Did I see an Iron Bundle recently? I almost feel like we should have, if there was. We definitely need to try and get down another Duraludon here. Yeah, we need to try and get down another Duraludon here. We could Ultra Ball away Ultra Ball plus energy here. I guess you could get rid of both energy, actually. Yeah, getting rid of both energy is fine. Okay, I did see an Iron Bundle. Okay, they do play the Iron Bundle. And yeah, being able to kill the lone Gimme Golden play is pretty good. This does mean Antoine will be able to use Pheasantipity to draw cards, but I think it's probably correct to play it this way from Jacob. Getting into a decent start here. Also has a replacement on the Pokestop. I guess I wouldn't bench Dialga unless we're also going to bench a Duraludon, because now the Dialga gets stuck in the active. All right, yeah, there's the bundle. Lone Gimme gets pushed and knocked out. Yeah, I like the Dialga hold there. All right, over to Antoine. You have the Pheasantipity for 3. You also have Pokestop. There's a Poffin. All right, the Gimmies will get recovered here. Get a couple of those. I don't know if there was any prized, but I don't think there was 2 prized. So we should at least have 2 Gimmies to work with here off this Fez draw. Ideally, finding a third would be nice, and even getting the Togekiss into play as soon as possible would also be good. 2 Gimmies prized. Wait, was there actually? Are you trolling me? And I gotta take a look at these prize cards. I just missed the prize cards, didn't I? Oh, I think I did see the prize cards. Yeah, that's 2 Gimmies, and a Togepi, and a Radiant Greninja. The whole squad kind of prized. They're all sleeping on this one. All right, that's pretty bad. I was like, I'm pretty sure there was not 2 Gimme Goals prized. Might have been 1. There was 2 Gimme Goals prized. Okay. We could find a Night Stretcher here. And even if we don't, if this 1 Gimme survives, that's still something. There's a switch into the Togepi. I like that. And there's the pass. All right, over to Jacob. Draws an energy for turn. Has Pokegear in hand. So if this finds a boss, can boss it once again. Do this. Oh, there we go. All right. And there we go. Boss, gimme the ghoul. And does Antoine ever just concede here? Actually, I don't know. Would I concede here? The Gimme Ghoul is going to die. We're going to lose another prize card on another turn. I mean, I guess the one thing here is Jacob is not progressing his board state at all. I don't hate sticking out a little bit longer, to be honest. Going to the Pokestop here. We're looking for some nest balls. 1 nest ball. 2. Okay, maybe I'll pack it up now. I might pack it up. Yeah, okay. We know 2 Duraludons are coming off that. I'm okay with the pack up now. All right. What up, Azul? Hope you're doing well. What's up, TPO? Is this Tuan Le who does all the translations? Yes. This is the one and only Antoine Boulet. Yeah, the double nest ball hit, I think it's reasonable to pack it up. Definitely reasonable to pack it up there. Move on to game 2, conserve some time. Yeah, rough start for Antoine. Jacob didn't have like a ridiculously powerful start. Opened the Luminion, just had a turn 2 attack with our Chaladon. Had the nice Iron Bundle play as well, of course. The Iron Bundle play was pretty cool. Clean it up. Seems fine, but definitely still favorable matchup for Antoine. How would we even rate, like, from this point on? So now that Jacob has taken game 1, I don't know, do you still favor Antoine, or has this become like a 50-50 at this point? I think it's a 50-50. Normally, I would say this matchup is probably like a 70-30. But from this state right here, I feel like Jacob is like has like a 50-50 at this point. I thought you weren't allowed to have your cards upside down facing you. No, you can. There's nothing against that. There's nothing, no rule against that. You can have them upside down if you want. Him playing with his cards upside down just tilts me. Yeah, it tilts me a little bit as well. Honestly, I hope Jacob dead draws twice for me. I'm not gonna lie. Giving your opponent the PTCG live experience. Honestly, yeah. Jacob is just trying to make the game feel as comfortable for his opponent as possible by playing with his cards upside down. You know, it's not like it's not something he does. He's doing it for his opponent to make them feel as comfortable as possible. I think Jacob should have been disqualified for drawing upside down. Honestly, I'm not against it. I think that's reasonable and fair, and should be considered moving forward for the rest of Jacob's time here at this tournament, should he choose to draw upside down again. Pretty sure it's in the rules to have them north-south with openings away from you. It might be, Russell. I don't think it is. I know north-south. I don't even know if north-south is in the ruls. It might be. Let's just say north. I think north-south might be in the rules, but I don't think there's anything against having the... that I've never heard before, to be honest. That I've never heard before. That you have to have the openings of the cards away from you. The north-south thing is, I think, but the other thing I'm not sure. Okay. We don't have 2 gimmies prized. We did prize 2 energy, but nothing too crazy for either side here. No... All right. Attach pass from Antoine. No Greninja, no gimmies. A couple mulligans as well. So Jacob's got a pretty good hand here. Did open the Pheasantipity, which is not great, but Pheasantipity into the Iron Bundle is not terrible. Dude, there's no way this person is real. Wait, now I gotta like... Dude, what? There's no way you're getting this bent out of shape. All right, well, best of luck with the rest of your life. I hope you find peace somewhere else. It's in the rules that the openings have to face your opponent. Otherwise, you could kind of mark your cards by not putting them in, right? I mean, true, yeah. 5.6.1 says north, south, and openings away. Oh, I didn't know about the openings away thing. I guess it's just never come up. The north, south thing I knew about. All right, here we go. Top deck, Pokestop. Has the Energy Search Pro in hand. The problem with using Energy Search Pro, though, is if you ever use Energy Search Pro and then you don't discard the energy off it immediately, then all of a sudden your opponent could Iono you, and then all of your energy go to the bottom of your deck. And then it's really hard to find them again because you don't play very many vessels or anything like that. Oh, we prize 2 energy. I was like, wait, should we only be getting 5 here? We prize 2, grass on the active. That doesn't make sense. The maths. It works out, it works out. It works out, it works out. Bongo right now has to be the brickiest deck. I don't know, maybe. It's just about getting the I guess the only struggle the deck really ever has, it feels like, is getting down the basics on that first turn. Going into the concealed cards here. Looking for that Buddy Poffin. No Poffin. But we did Milla Gimme Ghoul. We do have the Night Stretcher. Okay. Things are happening. A little bit. Can also establish a metal energy onto Gimme Ghoul. And then it's going to be a pass. And Jacob now has the ability to do the exact same thing that he did in the last game, which was just chase Gimme Ghoul. We'll see if it happens. Draw for turn. We have the energy. We have the Archaladon, and I see the Pokegear in the hand. Also, we know Jacob plays Luminion. Ooh, gonna go Pokestop first here. We know Jacob plays Luminion, so we could see Ultra Ball for Luminion for boss. Also, actually, I don't even know how many energy are in the discard pile. We have a couple energy in the discard pile, right? Pokestop used. I think we should check this Pokegear before we do anything. Oh, unless we're going to Ultra Ball away the Ultra Ball and the Pokegear to save the research in the hand. Okay, that is the play. Not even going to try and go for that. I guess I don't hate this because then you guarantee the research for the next turn. You just commit to... Uh-oh. Is Luminion prized? Wait, Jacob literally opened Luminion last game, right? I'm not trolling. I mean, this is why checking your prize cards is so important, right? Wait, it's not. Wait, does Jacob not? Wait, does Jacob play Luminion? Dude, now I'm just like trolling. The fish was upside down last game. 1 fish in discard. Oh, did he research it away turn 1? Wait, then Jacob must have forgot about his own Luminion. Because it doesn't make... Wait, Jacob's just going all out for the Dialga. Jacob's just going for the Dialga. All right, let's see if it happens. There's a vessel. We haven't used concealed cards yet, I don't think. No Dialga V-Star. Yeah, I feel like Jacob... All right, so Jacob definitely didn't realize that the fish was in the discard pile. And definitely should have checked the Pokegear to try and get the boss there to then boss Lone Gimme Ghoul. There's a vessel away, the Dialga, and I believe we have not used concealed cards yet. Another Archaladon on hand. Nestball can't play that. At the very least, we can take the knockout on the active and just get ourselves a prize card, but being able to Dialga loop the active and then boss KO the Gimme Ghoul would be nice. We're not there quite yet. We still need a Dialga, I think. I think we are just a Dialga short, though. Dialga V-Star. And there was one in the discard pile as well, so an Ultra Ball or a Stretcher would have worked there. But it is a whiff. So it looks like Jacob just going to have to go with KO active here. Oh, no, wait, we have it. Never mind. My bad. I didn't see the Stretcher. When did we get the Stretcher? I'm just trolling. We got the loop. I don't know if we have a boss in hand. Wait, no, I think we do. I think we do have a boss in hand. So that the wait. Oh, we already attached for turn to the Pheasantipity, didn't we? Oh, we already attached for turn to the Pheasantipity. Wait, then why did we ever play it like this? I guess you could have gotten 3 Archaludons, right? I guess that works out. I guess that could have worked. If we got a 3rd Archaludon, then we could have made it work. Sure. I guess I don't hate that still then, I guess. Been streaming too long. Something like that. Something like that. All right. We'll go first. He attached last turn, I think. Last turn, turn 1, Jacob attached to an Archaludon or Duraludon. Turn 2, he attached a Pheasantipity. Some more caffeine, man. No, I've had enough caffeine for the day. I don't need any more caffeine. Nothing can truly make up for the lack of sleep, to be honest. Nitrous as well. Got to get more gimmies. And then I don't even. Is there enough for the KO here? Goes for the. Ooh, the KO and the Dialga would be big here, and we do have it. Okay. So slow start from Antoine. Able to pull it together here though. Turn 2. Get the KO on the Dialga before it can. And this that's like the win condition of this matchup for Jacob as well. Jacob like needs the Dialga. He needs a big Dialga play at some point for sure. It feels like. Now, pretty good spot here for Antoine. Nest Ball immediately from Jacob. We might just be going to try and reestablish the Dialga, which I think is once again still got to be the play. Ooh, going for the Iron Bundle actually instead. Actually, we might have milled the other Dialga V. We might not have access to any Dialga Vs here. Should have attached a Dialga V turn 1. Possibly, yeah. It's possibly a mistake from Jacob to have not committed to the Dialga. As for 3. We did find a Night Stretcher. That can become the Dialga. But yeah, I think we have to establish the Dialga again at some point. We may as well establish it sooner than later, I feel like. Oh, although we do play Thornton. And as long as Jacob... Oh, I didn't think about the Thornton play. As long as Jacob's actually familiar with this matchup, Jacob should know that Antoine probably doesn't play a hand disruption card. So we probably shouldn't bench. Well, actually, no. Benching Dialga is still fine, though, I guess. It doesn't, like, hurt us to do it. There's the Iron Bundle. Greninja gets sent up. Mills a boss and energy, but gets the Pokegear. You could just, like, scoop up Cyclone the Archaludon. Well, I guess you could just scoop up Cyclone it, and then you could just have triple Duraludon on your bench, I guess. Thornton Dialga Stretcher V-Star. Yeah, but you don't even have to do it this turn. You can just kind of chill. Scoop Cyclone the Archaludon off the bench. And then play for it on the next turn, maybe, or something like that. And then wait for the Thornton play on the next turn. That seems fine. Iono off the Pokegear. I don't know if I don't know how many cards Antoine has in hand. It might be enough where it's worth Ionoing, but the hand is pretty good here from Jacob, so I feel like trying to hold it as long as possible probably makes sense, especially with the Thornton in the hand to be able to set up for the Dialga play. Unless we're just going to Night Stretcher. Well, we might need to save the Night Stretcher for the Dialga V-Star, though, to be honest. But we're using the Night Stretcher, so I imagine, yeah, it has to be for the Dialga V, and there it is. Dialga V is set up now. We're benched. I guess if you Thornton this turn, you risk the chase. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's that risky. Like, I don't know if, like, I don't know. The chance that you get chased, I'm not sure, to be honest. Probably not super high. right. 4 for Antoine, 5 for Jacob. The big card that Antoine's looking for here is just Pheasantipity, I think. Yeah, despite Antoine, a little bit more setup, you're still... Oh, the boss there could be big. It's possible we get to a boss KO on the Dialga V-Star on the bench. And now with that whole Thornton... The Thornton and like a bunch of our child ones on the bottom of the deck, because Jacob played Iono last turn, it's probably pretty difficult for Jacob to pull off a Dialga play. That's why I kind of like just holding the hand from Jacob and just playing for the Dialga through Thornton, because you can't... Antoine can't really play around Thornton. But here comes the nest ball. Although, is putting Pheasantipity in play actually risky? Because then it does open up the possibility for Jacob to go Star Chronos the Pheasantipity into one-hit KO with Golden Go. I guess that is a little bit scary here. It is a little bit scary. If you KO Dialga, Fez play is safe. Yeah, if you get the KO on the Dialga, then the Fez play, well, it's safer. But you do have to get there. I don't think Antoine is quite there. Does have a Cypher Maniac in hand, so KO in the active should be easy. There's a boss in hand and an energy retrieval. So Antoine, I think, is just missing a superior here. So if we see a superior draw off of this Golden Goat, then we could see boss Dialga. I think Jacob was just questioning whether or not the Gimme Ghoul had been played this turn or last turn. There's a Golden Go for 2. I see a Vessel, no superior, and some Buddy Poffins. We still have a bench Gimme Ghoul that we can draw 1 card with. I guess we could also Night Stretcher for Radiant Greninja to dig a little bit deeper here still. Goes with the Vessel. I don't know how many energy are left. I think there's at least 1. Might be 2. 1. Just 1. Okay. Appreciate 11 months there, Nick. So we could see Night Stretcher. I appreciate the 59 months there, J-Car. We could see Night Stretcher for Radiant Greninja. Concealed cards draw 2. And then if we still whiff Superior Boss, then we can go with play Cypher Maniac and then use the bench Golden Go to draw 1 card, which would be the Superior. And you could also set up a Cypher Maniac on top of the deck maybe for the next turn if you get Iono'd. And just go for the KO in the active and hope that Jacob doesn't have double Archilid on Gust, Star Chronos to Pheasantipity. Also have the Buddy Poffin to work with as well, so I'm going to establish another Gimme Ghoul. Or 2? We might only have 1 in here. You'd maybe actually go for the Togepi as well. Looks like that might be what Antoine's going for. Has Gimme Ghoul and Togepi to choose from here, actually. Does go for the double Gimme. This does mean that Jacob could just send up a Duraludon on the next turn and make it that much harder for... Ooh, and then we're committing to the Cypher Maniac here, so... So Antoine does not plan on using Radiant Greninja here, I assume then. I guess we still could use Radiant Greninja, but then it would be weird to play it this way where we wouldn't draw with Radiant Greninja first to try and find the boss KO on Dialga. I feel like that's what you'd want to go for here if possible. Would be boss KO on Dialga. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more it's like, it's not that ridiculous that... It's not even that ridiculous that Jacob gets the combo here, to be honest. Now that Pheasantipity's in play. Honestly, if Pheasantipity comes in play in this matchup, it's like not crazy. This matchup's maybe closer. As long as Pheasantipity comes in play, the matchup doesn't seem terrible. I don't know. It just kind of comes out to who can chase. I guess the Golden Go deck doesn't play that many Gust effects, so then being able to chase the Dialga is like not... You can't consistently just Gust it turn after turn. It is just the KO on the active. Yeah, I mean, Jacob's going to be able to see a lot of cards over these next 2 turns with potentially double Pheasantipity. There's 2 Night Stretchers in hand. There's a Vessel in hand. I mean, Jacob just needs to find Boss and Dialga V-Star, I think. Countercatcher is also... Oh, there's a Boss off the top deck. That's big. It is possible that Jacob also plays Countercatcher, so could play like an Iono or a Research to dig further for more cards and try and combo that with the counter catcher. Here comes the Vessel, gives up the Turo. What is left in here? Is there enough? I see a Archaladon. Ooh. Is there no out for Dialga V-Star? No, there's a Night Stretcher in hand, but no energy off the Vessel. Okay, it should be doable, right? It should be doable. No concealed cards draw power, though, so we're living off of the Pheasantipity draw. Oh, double Night Stretcher in hand. Oh, wait, we just have the combo set up right now, then. So we just need another boss. Another Dawn is found. There's 3. There's Palpad. Oh, this is so good. I think Jacob's going to win. Oh, wait, we have Luminion. We have Luminion for boss next turn. That's game. Wait, no. Yeah, that's game because we have double Stretcher to work with. No, wait, Jacob needs another energy. Because right now we're doing 240. So we do need a little bit more here from Jacob. I feel like it should probably come together. It'll probably come together here. Then we play boss. Boss the Fez. And then we can Palpad back to boss. No. Oh, well, now we reduce our odds of top decking boss by 1. Ultra Ball off the top deck. Draw for turn. Well, we need a Gust. So definitely a mistake there from Jacob. Could have Palpated 2 boss back to the deck, so our top deck could have been boss, which means we could have just gone Night Stretcher for energy to win. But now we reduce the cards we see that could be boss by 1, right? Boss in hand, no? No. That's a Turo. All right, well, we should play the Ultra Ball first as well. There might be is there a Pokemon left? There might not actually be a Pokemon left. He can Fez again. Yeah, we have Fez again here. We need boss. Oh, dude, Jacob just does not get punished, bro. We had the Relicanth in the deck as well. We didn't have the Relicanth either. Dude, never punished, bro. Never punished. This is what you hate to see. You hate to see. Oh. Pretty well. Sucks at ADC. All right, here we go. We got our Dragapult. All right. Dragapult Dusknoir versus the, no surprise, Regidrago from Brent. And Brent is going first here. And has a pretty good hand as well. We see an Ultra Ball. We see a Vessel. Maybe 2 Vessels. Figuring out what to get rid of here. Get rid of an Iono. I assume going this route because we're going to get a Grass and a Fire, and then we're going to Ultra Ball away the Grass and something else and attach the Fire to the Drago here. What do you think about the meta after it moves around its axis or center? True. Still been away for too long. He's become a menace. 8 rounds today. Yeah, 8 rounds today. I want to do one final. We'll do it after that. If I get on stream, can I ask Chip to put pre-release winner? Chip's not the one who handles that stuff, but you could ask the production team. We're going to keep both energy here. Okay. Ultra Ball away the boss and the other Vessel. Value keeping the energy. I don't see any owls in there. It could be in there, though. I'm not sure. Kept the switch, which is interesting. Valuing the switch is interesting. Of course, it does increase our odds of actually getting off a turn to attack because we can switch into the Drago and then we don't need an extra energy for the Ogre Pawn. But usually, I feel like it's usually probably a pretty low value card in this matchup. Unless we're scared of getting stuck. So I feel like maybe valuing the Iono or the Research a little bit higher makes a little bit more sense. But we'll see how it goes. All right, Dreepy coming down. I believe, yeah, Poffin and Arvin in hand. So pretty good setup here for Daniel. Probably see the Rotom come out. 2 Rotom and TM Evo, I think. Ooh, the Manaphy, bro. You don't see that every day. People are tired of getting Kyurem board wiped. The Manaphies are out. Dude, this just makes me think. Why, if Manaphy is correct right now, like we're playing Manaphy, let's assume it's correct. Why were we not always playing Manaphy? There's just no way it wasn't always correct. We were just always okay with just like Getting bodied by the best, most popular deck? Like, what is the... It makes me question everything. It's like, okay, Manaphy is here now. Okay, that makes sense. But this is not, like... Lucha used to be more popular? Yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? Your Pidgey always died. Your Duskull always died. Like, I appreciate the 5 gifted there, Victor. Welcome to the pack there. Swift, Llama, Lidl, Novstra, and L. We're all out of milk, but we got plenty of Dragos. All right. And then Brent has the switch into the Iono here. Oh, isn't going to play the switch. Wait, I'm confused. Why do we keep the switch? Why do we value the switch so high? Is it just to be able to move out of a potential Kyurem play? I just assumed we were going to play the switch there if we're going to do it like this. So if we find just E-switch plus a way to discard a dragon, we could attack. The draw there from Brent, not spectacular though. Why did he put Seal on Rotom? Honestly, probably just a mistake. I think it was just a mistake there from Daniel. Ogerpon getting searched out here from Brent. Honestly, I don't love this Ogerpon search because it is like... I think we're retreating to Cleffa here and just using Cleffa here as Brent. I feel like we could just rock a 1 Ogerpon board here from Brent. Because 2 Ogerpon is like just that many more liabilities. Can't be scared of Vacuum. Could be. I mean, some Drago players have started to play Vacuum recently. So maybe Daniel is playing around the Vacuum here. Or maybe Daniel is assuming because Brent discarded an Iono out of hand that Brent has a Research in hand as the supporter for turn. But, I mean, it's not 100% for sure. But I don't hate that thought train, maybe. It's okay. Yeah, there is less Halucha, but I still don't think that like makes sense to not play Manaphy. Like, just because they have Halucha, I don't think it means don't play Manaphy. I don't know. Not sure. All right. Going to Daniel's second turn here. I think it is possible to pull off a turn 2 attack with the Sparkling Crystal, because this should be a Sparkling Crystal build. Let's go for the Vessel off this initial Loke here, and has some decent options in the hand. Got a Ultra Ball, a Poffin. What else? This is all the Manaphy relevant matchups as Zarda. It just doesn't matter. I don't fully believe you there, Grant. I'm not gonna lie. You said some things before in the past. That it did not end up being true. I feel like just having it as the option just makes a difference. What is Ross Cawthon playing? Ross is playing Turbo Moon. I don't know, when I was testing Dango for Worlds, the Manaphy almost always got pulted late game with Halucha on Fez and Manaphy, so I ended up cutting it. Yeah. Like, how many games did you just lose by getting turn 2 Kyurem, though? Like I said, it seems good in Pult. The Lokes always get bodied. It might be higher value in Pult than something like Charizard. That is fair. It definitely is possible. That's higher value in something like a Pult than a Charizard or a Golden Go, I guess. Searching out the Terra Orb and the candy, or the Force Seal Stone and the candy. Do we have the full combo here? Or did we not attach a Dracloak there? Am I trolling? I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been. Are we just drawing cards? Nope, I'm going in. Professional players avoid playing with full art gold secret rare cards. I wouldn't say they avoid it. A lot of them just choose not to. I woke up just in time for round 8. Yeah, right. You're right on time, Grant. Ultra Ball and a Roxanne. I think that was a Roxanne. That's what it looked like anyways. I maybe would have kept the Roxanne there. 2 Ultra Balls in the hand is going to be hard to utilize, but you do need fodder for the first Ultra Ball, so And it looks like, yeah, it looks like the first Ultra Ball is going to be the fodder. Or the second Ultra Ball is going to be the fodder for the first Ultra Ball. Although I don't know about giving up the Crispin there. Because now if our bench Dracloak gets Gust KO'd. Well, I guess we have 4 Sealstone. I mean, maybe the list plays 2 Crispin. Looks like we're trying to candy the Duskull to a Dusknoir before it gets KO'd by a Dragapult attack. Seems fine. Honestly, the setup looks pretty good here from Daniel. The setup is looking pretty good. Oh, it's popping it immediately. Wait, what the heck? Just going in like that? Is that correct to just use it? I feel like giving Brent a prize card there doesn't sound very good at all. Does that make a difference in our attack lineup for the rest of the game? 1, 2, 200, 6. I guess it. Well, if Brent benches like a Pheasantipity or a Mew or a Ogerpon or doesn't evolve this Drago, I guess it could, right? But as long as Brent just doesn't put another low HP 2 pricer in play, you still have to attack 3 times, right? Briar? I doubt it. I doubt Daniel plays Briar. I mean, definitely could, but I don't. I would assume not. It just feels like it just made Brent's prizes easier, possibly. Maybe it doesn't change too much though. Alakazam math. I feel like you could have just. My biggest thing is I feel like why not just leave it as a Dusknoir? That's like the biggest thing I'm thinking about. Why not just like leave a Dusknoir in play? I don't mind the candying of the Dusknoir to protect your Duskull. I just don't see why we have to pop the Dusknoir right now. Do we care that much if Brent goes boss KO our Dusknoir? Are Brent going into the V-Star here? 2 E-Switches milled, but honestly, the E-Switches being milled isn't even that bad because these Regidragos in this matchup go a long ways. Goes for boss Ultra Ball. I wonder if Brent's just going to go KO the Rotom here, or if we're going to go after the Dracloak. Going after the Dracloak doesn't feel that powerful because the crystal is still around. Like, Daniel still has the crystal. Unless you're assuming it's prized, I guess, would be the only thing. Would it just be game ending if Brent boss KOs it, question mark? Yes. Wait, the Dusknoir? I don't think so. All right, there's the Vessel. Dragapult to the discard pile. I feel like we're just bossing the Rotom here and getting 2 prize cards, right? And then putting like spread some damage to the Dreepy. I don't know even how you want to spread your damage here. You go like 3 on Dreepy, 3 on Dracloak that's in the active, 1 on Dreepy, 1 on Manaphy. I don't know. Maybe 3 on Dracloak in the active, 3 on Dreepy. I don't know, something like that. I think as long as Brent can avoid benching another. Well, if we go actually 6, 200, 1. Yeah, we're just going for the Rotom knockout here. KO. 1 on Manaphy. 1 on Dreepy. And then 3 on the... 4 on... Oh, no, yeah, 4 makes sense, right? Because it got 320. Yeah, perfect sense, yeah. Now you really don't want to evolve that 1 into... Oh, this does put... But you still could have done this turn. I just don't think Brent was ever bossing up your Dusknoir. I think candying your Dusknoir is like a good enough deterrent. But the Roxanne here is pretty sick. Tina's in the discard pile as well. So the active Dracloak now just dies. The active Dracloak just dies to a... My bad. Gets knocked out by a Tina attack, which is unfortunate here for Daniel. But it feels like you couldn't play super heavily for the crystal. I mean, you could have, but it doesn't seem like it would have mattered, I guess. I mean, Brent was in such a good spot as long as Brent didn't bench another 2 prizer. That's why I was questioning Brent benching. I didn't even really like Brent benching the second Ogerpon to begin with, to be honest. Because you set it up so that Daniel has like 2 easier knockouts on board. I didn't even like Brent benching second Ogerpon. I think that was a mistake from Brent to bench the second Ogerpon when he did. Because you could have had a board with 2 Drago and 1 Ogerpon. It's like, that's really hard to deal with. Also, going into this turn here from Daniel, Brent had to use the V-Star power. If we just had Dusknoir in play to play around with still, then if we just had Dusknoir in play to play around with here as Daniel, you could have KO'd this active Drago, plus Roxanne. That would have been pretty brutal for Brent to deal with V-Star gone. But now it's just like not even a possibility. Off to the gulag for saying Pokemon die. Yeah, they don't. Knocked out. Well, we found the Dragapult. We already attached return. Loke's coming in now. Another Dragapult found. We are going to need that later. We might also need the Vessel. Oh, there's already a Dragapult in hand, so we definitely don't need the Dragapult. Can definitely go with the Vessel here. I believe we have one more Loke to utilize here, but we might go in with the Vessel first. I guess it depends. Oh, I guess we Roxanne, so it shuffled in. So I guess technically the Vessel does increase our odds here if we play the Vessel and the Nest Ball especially. I don't even know what we're taking here, though. Two Vessels? Yeah, seems like it. It's a pretty bad thing to prize in this deck, to be honest. Nothing off the Nest Ball. Okay. This goes for the shuffle. But the card on the bottom of the deck was a Dragapult. So this shuffling is just like actually a negative towards progressing through our deck. And there's the Dragapult. We found it. Do the punish. Yes! Yes! Just put the Dragapult on the bottom of the deck and then shuffle the deck with the Nest Ball and then drew back into the Dragapult. Wait, where'd the other Dragapult go? Did we not have a second Dragapult in the hand? Wait, what? Am I missing something? Dude, I swear Daniel had two Dragapult in the hand. That's two Dragapult. And then one to the bottom. Then evolve one. Wait, maybe I'm just trolling. How many Dragapults are in Daniel's hand currently? One? Oh, we took the candy off the thing. No, this makes sense. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. I'm tripping. I'm literally losing my mind. But he did get punished. All right, over to Brent. Oh, is benching the Mew. Wait. No, that is fine to do because Ogerpon didn't get punched on the last turn. If Ogerpon had been punched on the last turn, then we wouldn't be able to bench Mew here because we'd lose to a one more attack. But we should be good here. We just Tina knockout, right? And then we have one prize card left. That seems pretty good. The Mew established has some sort of draw power. There's an Iono found. Go ahead and play it. All we want to do here is probably just find a grass energy to attach to the bench Drago from Brent. And then we're feeling pretty good. Then you can like Lost Zone one grass off the bench, one grass off the active. Ooh, no grass found. And we're down a lot of E-Switch. I guess, is it possible that Brent can't set up another Drago next turn after this one goes down? It might. I think there's at least one E-Switch left. I want to say there's at least one E-Switch left here for Brent. Super Rod just for one grass energy here. Increase our odds of drawing into that next turn. We have no more draw power this turn, though, so it's going to be Tina knockout. But also, we did just Iono Daniel. Well, actually, we just Iono Daniel to 6. Never mind. We did just Iono Daniel to 6. Why put 2 on Drago? So if you're forced to KO the active, you put 6 more on Drago, and then a Dragapult attack knocks out the Drago on the following turn. But that's never how you'd want to play it, but it might be how you have to play it just to lock Brent out of attackers. But I'm pretty sure he can fix the rest of the math potentially as the game progresses anyways. Why didn't he evolve with Candy last turn? I think both those Dreepies just got benched. I could be wrong on that. One of those Dreepies might have been around. And I guess if one of them was around, probably should have candied it out. Yeah, here comes the Tina knockout. Putting the most pressure on Daniel, removing the setup attacker. And with no energy in play, gonna have to try and reset up here. Daniel pushes a Dreepy, so probably has rescue board. All right, there's the rescue board in the hand. I was gonna say or Candy Dragapult. Top deck counter catcher. That is a good top deck, right? How much is on the active? 200. We make this counter catcher. How can we get the most value out of this counter? How much HP is this bench Ogerpon? Oh, bench Ogerpon actually doesn't have that much HP left. Yeah, we could counter catcher up the bench Ogerpon and just the one without any damage and just punch it, right? Or what about punching the Drago instead? It has to be the Ogerpon, I think. Yeah, it's got to be the Ogerpon. Y2 Drago, he wants to do 30 Cleffa, 30 Ogerpon next turn. No, you don't want to take knockouts. You definitely don't want to put 30 on the Cleffa. KOing Cleffa is terrible here. You don't want to open up a bench space. It is an Arven from Daniel. We do see that there's a switch in the hand here for Brent. Okay, you definitely don't want to take a knockout this turn if you can avoid it here as Daniel. You don't want to open up bench space for Pheasantipity and give over the Pheasantipity draw. But we have Counter Catcher, so I think you can Counter Catcher the benched Ogre Pawn. Hit it for 200. Spread 6 on the Regidrago. That has 2 HP left. The other Ogre Pawn has 4 HP left. And then if you can just hit one of those, you win. You need back-to-back Gust effects here. There's an Iono. We already played Arven, though. Iono's not playable. Okay, you just have to not take a KO this turn. And just bring up the Ogre Pawn. I think that sets it up, basically, with back-to-back Gust here. He wins, though, with Switch. No, Brent can't currently attack. Well, now it should be. Now maybe Brent will be able to attack. No, Brent didn't have an attacker set up. But Daniel's taking the knockout, so. Daniel's taking 2 knockouts here. Also KOing this Ogre Pawn. So now if Brent just has an Iono, Daniel could just whiff. But with double Loki, you'd probably find an out to Luminian. But Brent could go like Iono draw with Cleffa here for a reset up turn. All right, we got the Pheasantipity draw. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that turn there from Daniel. Although I don't know how many Gust effects Daniel has left. So this might be a fine play. If Daniel has 0 Gust effects left, then I guess this is like the only play, to be honest. This might be the play from Daniel. But as long as Daniel has another Gust effect, then this is definitely a bad play. If Daniel has back-to-back Gust effects, Daniel had game without taking a knockout. And you definitely want to avoid taking a KO here if you can. Yeah, because you could have just brought up the other... No, but you can't bring up the other Regidrago because it doesn't work out for damage. I guess you do just lose to it being able to attack. Maybe that's wrong. I feel like just giving the bench space over to Brent is so bad, though. I don't know. But I guess you do, as Daniel here, if you bring up the Ogre Pawn and just punch it, you lose to a Grass Energy, which feels bad. So this forces Brent to have Grass Energy and a Energy Switch. Ooh, and I think Brent whiffed. Oh, boy. Yeah, Brent's got nothing. He's got the Energy Switch with the Grass Energy, though. Gaming Tower. I will shut off the Crystal in the active here. We did get the E-Switch, but we whiffed the Energy for turn. Has a boss as well, so it's going to bring up the Manaphy to trap it in the active. Daniel still has that rescue board, but the rescue board is being shut off. This might end up... It looks like this might actually end up working out for Daniel here. Brent can go ahead and hide behind Cleffa. So if Daniel can get a way to attack, a way to move, and a Gust, Daniel wins here. We have the energy in hand. We have the rescue board in hand. Daniel's already played Temple of Sinnoh, though. Does Daniel play a Vacuum or another Stadium? Oh, we can't do that. All right. Well, Daniel thought he had game. Yeah, Daniel... Daniel remembered that the Stadium shut off his Crystal because he attached to the Dragapult, but then forgot that it shut off his rescue board. All right, there's a switch. Oh, and we have the Counter Catcher in hand. Okay, this works. Yeah, we have switch Counter Catcher. Okay, it worked out. Boom. KO the Ogre Pawn. All right, let's go back to that turn real fast while I set up for game 2. Maybe Daniel did make the right play here. Let's go to this turn here for Daniel, from Daniel. And a little bit... No, it's right here, right? So Daniel... Oh, no, it's actually way further ahead. Dude, the VOD gets so long, it's so hard to click the right turn. Okay, so this is it. This is the turn. So the play I thought I wanted to see Daniel make. If we had brought up the Drago, could we have KO'd over 2 turns? 4-2... No, we'd be a little bit short. The play I thought I wanted to see Daniel make... Wait, 4-6... If we brought up the bench Drago, put 6 here, it has 2 HP. 2 HP. The other one has 5 HP. We're 1 damage off. That sucks. You know, to remember the other Drago, punch that, and then spread damage was definitely the play we wanted to make, but we're 1 damage short. But if we had... I mean, Radiant Alakazam is prized. But if Daniel had, instead of putting the 2 damage here on this Drago, if Daniel had put it over here, the play this turn Daniel could have made was bring up this Drago, put 6 here, no, 5 here, 1 here, and then bring this up and go knockout, knockout, knockout. Right? He's not short. 2270. Oh, no, it is 4. No, you're right. I am trolling. You're right. So Daniel had the play then. Daniel could have gone, bring up this Drago, punch it for 200, put 6 here, and then... No, because you have to put 1 here. 2, 4... No, we are 1 short. Wait. Dude, god damn it. Oh no, because we could just KO the Drago. We could just KO the bench. We could punch this and KO all three, right? Yeah. No, I'm not trolling. We could just punch this again. We don't need to KO this thing if we punch this. Okay, so we just need so what Daniel needed to do was bring up this Drago, punch it for 200, put 6 here, and then punch it again and then KO all 3 of them, and we win. Instead, Daniel goes KO this. I guess if we don't KO this, Brent just needs Grass Prime or Grass Switch. If we do knock it out, then Brent needs Grass Attach plus E-Switch. But Brent gets to use Mew potentially for more cards, because we freed up bench space to bench stuff, and potentially gets access to Pheasantipity. That's the only other thing and gets access to Pheasantipity. That's like the other thing here. All right, game 2. Fire attached to Drago and pass. It looks like Brent's hand is pretty slow there. The opening's pretty slow. So I don't hate the play from Daniel, I guess. I don't actually know the math on that. I still feel like my play is a little bit better, but it's close. I could see Daniel's play actually being better. I'd have to actually do the math. I just feel like giving access to the bench space plus the Pheasantipity draw just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, basically the Pheasantipity draw is the big thing. Giving access to the Pheasantipity draw doesn't seem great. Pretty sure Brent had Switch in hand. Brent did have Switch in hand, but didn't have the energy, so it wouldn't have been a win there for Brent off that. Like, based on the hand, Brent wasn't winning, but we don't want to base it on the hand. We want to base it on what we think our opponent can do. It doesn't matter what they actually do. It matters what has the highest chance of happening. What they actually do is just irrelevant. All right, Luminion here from Daniel. Nest Ball for Rotom. Or Sealstone for Poffin. It was an interesting game despite the many misplays. I'm starting to think maybe the preemptive Dusknoir was Galaxy Brain. Would Brent have KO'd it though? Well, it's not even would Brent have KO'd it. The question is, would it matter if Brent had KO'd it? I don't think, because then remember, Brent would be down 1 more prize card because Brent wouldn't have KO'd a Rotom that turn, right? If Brent goes for that knockout instead, Brent has to get 2 prize cards on that last turn, right? And there's no 2 prize Pokemon in play, right? Would you have saved any damage to play? I don't think you would have saved any damage to put anywhere else. Treats the Manaphy and then draw 3 with the Rotom. I feel like doing the Dusk play was incorrect from Daniel. I also feel like the play from Brent, though, was incorrect of benching the second Ogerpon. Like, Brent shouldn't have had 2 Ogerpon in play there for Daniel to have options with. Although it wouldn't have mattered, actually, at the end in terms of the options for Daniel to go after. Maybe that wasn't that bad from Brent to actually bench a second Ogerpon once the Dusknoir damage came through. Or once the first attack came through. When did the second Ogerpon actually hit the field? I actually forget. When the second Ogerpon hit the field. The second Ogerpon was fine as long as you didn't bench Mew until the first attack had come through, I think. Never mind, it was incorrect. Wait, what was incorrect? KOing Dusknoir would have been incorrect? Or popping the Dusknoir was incorrect? Or both? Brent had fire in his hand last turn, so we could have used Radzard now. And he drew into E-Switch and Boss. I don't know, maybe. He maybe didn't have an out to a Radzard. All right, another draw 3 from Daniel after the Cleffa draw from Brent. Using it preemptively was incorrect. Yeah. Using it preemptively was incorrect. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. I still feel like Brent is not going to have a ridiculously strong turn here. Looks like is playing 3 fire. Also is playing the counter catcher in there as well. When he Ultra Balled for Ogerpon, he discarded a fire energy. Stretchy Drago deck is terrible, and anyone who plays it is delusional and coping. True. Straight facts. Oh wait, E-Switch 1. Actually, we might see an attack here from Brent. Hold on. There's an Iono. I mean, you may actually. What dragons do we have in the discard pile here? Do you just commit to a Legacy Star to find this second E-Switch? You maybe do. if we don't draw into it here. Well, we found it, but what are the options? I actually don't know what dragons are in the discard here. I mean, if we have Dragapult, I think we're cooking. I don't hate... was passing here be fine? Like if Daniel... Like, are we scared of a Dragapult KO Cleffa spread 6? Are we scared of the 6 spread? I don't think so. Oh, 6 on Regidrago, Punch Regidrago spread. I think it would be fine. Second E-switch and just into the Cleffa draw. Okay, trying to conserve the Legacy Star. Does not get the first big attack. Ideally would want to attack with Dragapult here, of course. Would there be a 9th round? No, they're like 30 people short from 9 rounds day 1. They're close. I just want to go back and see the prize cards. Oh, we prize Dragapult. I'm assuming Brent only plays the one Dragapult. Okay, so no Dragapult potential. Clops the Cleffa, maybe? Clops Cleffa. And then Brent would push up an Ogre Pawn. And then you go into the Drago, punch the Drago. Would that work? I guess that would work. Yeah, you could do that. Clops the Cleffa, I think, would work here if you get the first attack off. Do we have a chance for X2 to miscut? No. X2 probably won't miss a cut ever again. Because of the changes to what record makes day 2, the tie rate is just super high now. So X2 won't whiff cut anymore because the tie rate is that much higher now. If Daniel can put together an attack here, has the candy Dragapult, has the candy Dusknoir. I mean, Daniel, once again, we could see an early pop on the Dusknoir, but I don't think you want to do that. Just a Rotom for 3. Okay. Does not pop the Dusknoir this time, which is good to see, because I'm pretty sure last game that was definitely a mistake. All right, here comes the pawn cycle from Brent. Remember, the Dragapult is prize, which seemed like maybe... I mean, attacking with Goodra here doesn't seem bad either, though, I guess. Is Goodra attacks seem okay? I wish it was 9 rounds, though, with less. I mean, we'll get to 9 rounds at most majors, if not all majors soon, for sure. I do last time, but not this time. It's just like a mistake. I think he just made a mistake. It's like choosing first and choosing second, same match. At least double down. No, what if he's come to the conclusion that he made a mistake? Why would you want him to double down? At least double down, no balls. Okay, you made a mistake in the first game, Daniel. Now you have to stand by your mistake. Do it again. All right, here comes the research. Kyurem's in the discard pile now, but that Manaphy, dude, that Manaphy's putting in work, bro. MVP right there. Got the Goodra in the discard pile as well. I feel like Goodra seems like a pretty good attack here. Ideally, you'd like to probably go Goodra KO Rotom. But Goodra KO active seems fine. I feel like you just want to attack as well. It's like another thing. You just want to attack this turn. Has Prime Catcher, so maybe that will be the play here. Is just Prime KO the Rotom with Goodra. Brent's got some other plans. Let's see it. I wonder if Brent is playing the Canceling Cologne or not. All right. So this confirms, I think, that Brent was never going to go chase the Dusknoir. I think this confirms Brent was never going to chase the Dusknoir. We fully solved the should you pop the Dusknoir as soon as you candy it in the Dragapult Dusknoir versus Regidrago matchup. No more further analysis is necessary. Lum is pretty bad because of Stretcher, right? Yeah, exactly. You don't want to give your opponent access to the card again, so you save Lum for later. All right, the Dusknoir pop now is happening, which is fine. Wait, is it happening? And this does give Daniel access to Roxanne. Once again, puts it on the Ogre Pawn. Okay. We could have KO'd the active here, right? And this does give the Dragapult over to Brent. What if you just... Couldn't you have just put on the active and killed the active? Am I trolling? 130... No, wait, we would have been short. Never mind. We would have been a little bit short because of the Gudra. So what is our plan to win this game as Daniel? Punch the active for 200, spread 6 to the bench Ogre Pawn. 206. Then bring up the benched Ogre Pawn, punch that, spread, or punch the other. I guess we need to attack 3 times, right? We have to attack 3 times here as Daniel to win. I guess we always just attack 3 times. Punch 200, spread 6. Punch 200. Wait, what if Daniel had tried to KO both Regidragos in 2 turns? Would that have been better? Oh no, it's punch 120. We're punching the active for 120. Oof. Yikes. Yeah, because the... Oof, yeah. Yeah, it's only a 120. So Brent here could even just punch with Gudra again, right? You could just punch the active with Gudra. Even that seems like a fine play here from Brent. Only taking 120 damage. Oh, wait, hold on. No, yeah, so Daniel could go... So Daniel can win in 2 attacks from here. We do need to attack with 3 times no matter what. We can attack twice more from here. Oops. Oh, no, it's fine. But honestly, this doesn't seem like that bad of a spot for Daniel. So Brent's going to go... Because Brent needs to attack 3 times to win the game as well. Oh, no, because of the dust... No, Brent needs to attack twice. And we still have... Okay, never mind. I forgot about the... I forgot about the Dustnor prize card. Yeah, it's all right. It's looking pretty good here for Brent. Here comes an Iono. Gonna get 3 fresh cards. But yeah, we can just like pop Legacy Star, Gus KO or something. We definitely need to take a knockout this turn as Brent, right? We have to Legacy Star here. The hand is not great. Here comes the Legacy Star. How bad is the mill? Seems fine. Doesn't seem too bad. Then we're going to get Prime Catcher and something. I assume we want to thin out the hand if possible. So maybe Vessel Prime so we can attach return to our Drago plus draw with Mew. We haven't drawn with Mew yet. Someone in chat said they saw the Canceling Cologne. Is that a counter catcher? Yeah, Brent is playing the counter catcher. You don't even have the Legacy, but you do have to either Tino or Pulse. I think he only had Gudra. Oh, true. You definitely... Yeah, that's true. If you had done Tino or Pulse here, you would have been fine as well. That could have been a fine play. Yeah, Tina's in the deck and Gudra's in the hand. Or Pulse in the hand. Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah. So I guess unfortunate for Brent there to... Well, that's kind of what happens as soon as that Roxanne hits. It's going to be hard to like draw into like a really good hand at that point. What was the second card? Was it Prime or was it not Prime? It was Prime. So we're going to go with the Gudra play here. Oh, now we have the Dragapult in the discard pile though, right? Oh, because we got the Vessel. So now we just Dragapult the active. And then we spread 3-1-1. Oh, no, I guess you go 4-1-1, right? 4 on the Dracloak, 1 on the Manaphy, 1 on the Dreepy. Yeah, 4-1-1. Leave the Lumini in there. Gotta be the play. 3, interesting. Well, I guess being able to one-hit KO the other Dragapult doesn't matter, but it could matter, right? I feel like we'd want 4 on the Dracloak. Why do I have 4 on the Dreepy? Oh no, I guess that makes sense because if the Dreepy becomes a Dracloak, we still win with the spread. And then if it becomes a Dragapult, then that's a Dragapult and the other one's not a Dragapult. But I guess it could both become Dragapults, but it doesn't matter then because one of them would attack. I guess one of them is harder to make a Dragapult. No, I guess that does make sense then. To do the 4 on the Dreepy instead of the Dracloak. I was just thinking like if we end up in an awkward situation where we can just like knock out the active, we don't have Gust. And Daniel can't leave the current Dragapult as the Dragapult. Yeah, Daniel can't leave Dragapult, the active Dragapult as Dragapult. So if he just goes like Iono plus push up bench Dragapult, the Dracloak becomes a Dragapult and attack. And then Brent doesn't have anything except attack with Tina. Then you could just go Tina knockout. But all right, Rainy Alakazam has been found. Once again, Daniel wants to not draw prize cards. And I think in this situation, with how set up both Regidragos are, I think playing for no prize card draw here is definitely correct from Daniel. So we need to try and find like a counter catcher. And then... actually, I don't even know. How do you play this? Wait, do you just... Is there any way to win? I mean, now I'm like second guessing if there's even a win condition. Counter catcher plus Iono. Both Lokes have been used. Or so now maybe you have to KO the active. All right, counter catcher on the bench, Regidrago. But yeah, the prime is in the hand, so this doesn't really do anything. And here comes the Arvin. Crystal goes for a Vessel, sure. But yeah, we should be going to game 3 here. With only 11 minutes left, though. With only 11 minutes left. He was checkmated 7 minutes ago. Well, not if he couldn't get the Dragapult in the discard pile, right? Dragapult or the Tina. If you don't get either of those in the discard pile, it gets close. He did get there, though. Please will appreciate the raid on the energy stream the other day. Yeah, of course. No problem. Just the 5 months. Maybe he's playing for a tie at this point. It's possible, yeah. All right. Both players pack it up. 10 minutes left. Not a whole ton of time. It's likely that this one probably ends up in a tie, to be honest. Likely tie coming. We'll see. Looking like 701. It is looking like a 701 here for the players. Brent had a really slow start in this one. They both had kind of slow starts. I mean, Daniel's start was better, but did not get anything going for a little while. Azul, do you think Drago is still Badoo? I think so. I think it's very Badoo. I put it in the Badoo tier. Dude, I hate how... Wait, is this like a new thing on YouTube where you guys can redact your messages? Like, you can't just say something stupid and then delete it by yourself. Only me or the mods get to delete messages here. I don't like this. I don't like this YouTube redacting. You guys are rewriting history here. You have too much power, I feel like. We've always been able to do? Literally? Dude. YouTube has always been able to delete messages? All right, let's take a look at the prize cards here. Primus prize, that's probably the biggest one. Besides that, I mean, counter catcher could be a big one. Double vessel prize, but I mean, gotta prize something here. Oh my gosh, chill. Daniel with the Rotom start, double Poffin. I mean, Brent also opened the Cleffa, so it looks like strong starts from both players potentially here. I mean, once it pops up in the stream, it's in the stream. True. We can always find it in the VOD. Hear him immediately to the discard pile, but obviously not going to have a ton of effect here because that Manaphy. And we've seen the Manaphy has definitely been pretty effective in this one so far. Slowing down, giving you time to set up. Catch the Drago and then into the Billy draw here from Brent. That is a big liability to have on the bench. Billy. Here we go. Vessel. Brent's playing pretty fast here. I don't know if it's going to be fast enough. I think there's a research in hand, so I don't even know if we're going to take any energy off this, to be honest. Just doing a little bit of prize check-in before committing to the research, I assume. Just got here. Anything interesting in Brent's list? Not really, no. Nothing crazy. Sorry, I misclicked. I want to ask, do you think Drago's still going to be the VDIF in the Badoo format? I don't know. I haven't played enough in the format. Second draw go down. Jamming Tower as well. The Jamming Tower is pretty good here. Shuts down the 4 Sealstone potential. Rescue board. Crystal. That's a lot of rare candy in the hand here for Daniel. Immediately into the Drakloak. There's a double. Okay, there's 2 Arvins. We don't really have a choice there. But all the tool cards are being shut down right now. It might have to be an Iono here from Daniel instead. Or I guess you could Arvin this turn and then commit it to the Arvin here. Arvin is super weak here, though. Yeah, the Arvin's insanely weak. We're like committing to just drawing 3 more with Rotom this turn. We're not doing any big play because we can't use the 4 Sealstone. I mean, we could get an item here, obviously, which could be good. Got 6 minutes left, committing to an Ultra Ball. Goes for the rescue board, but obviously the rescue board's not going to be active. I guess that makes sense, though, because you're assuming your active is going to die. Ooh, immediately Ultra Balls it away. Gets rid of an Iono? I don't know about Iono. What about getting rid of one of those rare candies? Iono is kind of a sick card. Dude, Daniel, I don't know. I feel like Candy the Dreepy into a Dragapult is better than Candy this Dusknoir. Well, I don't know. I guess you want to protect. All right, I don't hate it because you do want to protect your Duskull from getting just nuked, right? I guess this is fine. This makes sense. I'm like protecting the energy to me like seems better, but thinking about it. Okay, draw 3 with Rotom. Yeah, okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it here from Daniel. I don't hate going with the candy. You know, giving Brent a 3-prize turn doesn't sound good. That's for sure. Definitely does not sound good. You plan on going to Worlds? Yeah. All right, Ultra Ball here from Brent. We found our Regidrago V-Star. I would have certifiably lost my mind if he had propped the Dusknoir. Honestly, that would have been perfect. That literally would have been perfect. Game 1 pops Dusknoir. Game 2 doesn't pop Dusknoir. Game 3 pops the Dusknoir. We just get the whole spread of, you know what I'm saying? It keeps you guessing. What was the correct play? How does Daniel think you should play this matchup? Brent's still playing super speedy here. What are our dragon options in the discard pile? I think it's just Kyurem, right? I think we should have just Kyurem. That would have been content. It really would have been for sure. Oh, the canceling Cologne. It does play the Cologne, and it is in the hand here. Prime Catcher is prized, so it's going to be hard to have like a super aggressive canceling Cologne play. We have Gudra in there as well. So we have Gudra and Kyurem, I think, are the 2 options here. Couple energy and a Drago V-Star going back to the deck. Here comes the Nest Ball. Might just be a fail, though. Yeah, you don't really want to put another liability in play here at this point, especially with the Dusknoir available to Daniel. So it's going to be another draw with Cleffa here from Brent. But between the Jamming Tower and a Cleffa in the active, it's going to be hard for Daniel to have like a super powerful turn coming up, to be honest. And yeah, Brent's Prime is prized, so a super aggressive canceling Cologne play is going to be tough. Oh, is that a boss, though? What is that one by the research between the canceling Cologne? Is it boss? I can't tell. We might have the Kyurem play available to Brent next turn, though. So if Daniel is unable to get any of these Dreepies to Drakloaks, or Drakloaks and Dreepies to Dragapults, we're going to be in trouble. He attached twice. No, I'm pretty sure you Ogre Pond, E-Switch, and then attached. I don't think he attached twice. What are you ever Gentleman's here? Yeah, but I would have Gentleman's before the round started. I want a Gentleman's like right now. It feels weird to Gentleman's right now. Have you seen Halucha? No, I don't think Brent's playing the Halucha. It'd be weird to Gentleman's like right now. I would have Gentleman's before the match started, though, probably, in this situation. Getting a tie, when you're 7-0, getting a tie feels pretty mid. I would have probably asked my opponent for a Gentleman's before the round started. All right, Alakazam has been acquired here from Daniel. Another Pokemon that can get trapped in the active. And also, I guess the big thing here is not a third Dreepy. I guess that's not that big of a deal. Into Dracloak number 2. I mean, like, yeah, before this game. Okay, yeah, before the game for sure. What's the cut and average A2? X21. Don't think about it in like a point total. Just think of it as X21 because the number of rounds in the tournament changes. Do you think there's a reason ties seem to happen more on stream from my view? People are encouraged to play slower on stream from the judges. Like they say stuff like try not to play too fast so people can understand what's going on. Make it clear as to what your actions are. We do get the third Dreepy down in play here from Daniel. And then there's another thing as well. Oh yeah, people just play slower on stream because it's a different environment. So you're like, it just feels worse. It feels weird. It feels different. I don't like that second energy being attached there from, well, I guess we're crisping another energy into play, I hope. So maybe it's not that big of a deal, actually. And then the judges also they also tell you, like, hey, make sure you don't play too fast. Try and make it clear as to what you're doing, which is fair because they are trying to put on, like, a presentation for the stream. The switch as well, running to the Dreepy and then draw 3 with the Rotom. But honestly, if Brent still doesn't take a knockout this turn, there's a dash. There's the boss on the Manaphy, and then the retreat into the Regidrago, and then we have the canceling Cologne into the Kyurem play, gonna knock out the triple, the double Dracula Dreepy off the bench, and we still have Legacy Star going into the next turn. Brent is cooking. Does not want to be turn 0 here, and isn't. We have 1 minute left, so Brent has 2 turns to draw 2 prize cards with a Rotom in play. No way for Daniel to get the Rotom out of play, and still has access to that Legacy Star. So Brent could spend a whole turn setting up for the final play here. I don't even know what kind of turn Daniel is going to have here. I think Brent might just have game next turn. I don't see a hand destruction card in the hand here for Daniel, but hold on, we got Pheasantipity. We could draw someone with Pheasantipity. This could get us the Roxanne or the Iono. Oof. No Roxanne, no Iono. We did discard that Iono on that first turn of the game, or second turn of the game, which I did question. I didn't like it. Would have been nice to have another Iono here now. Now, whether or not Daniel would have drawn it would have been, who knows. But +1 out is +1 out, you know? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a dub here for Brent with the lack of hand disruption here from Daniel. I'm pretty sure Brent has more than enough resources to take out this Rotom or Pheasantipity on this next turn. And could maybe even just canceling Cologne again and do another Trifrost as well. Why did Brent take 4 prizes? Brent took 3, but I had already drawn 1 from a Dusknoir earlier in the game. Manaphy is a lie. Hey, Manaphy did work up to this point, I feel like. Y'all are just haters. Could have Lum for Iono. Ooh, did have the no, the stretcher came off the Arven, right? I think the stretcher came from the Arven. Maybe not. Catch, E-switch, Legacy Star. As long as Brent doesn't mess up here. Boss E-switch. Kill Rotom. Yep, there it is. Brent gets the dub. 8-0 going into day 2